Hello, welcome to the Janky-B-Cast. I'm your host, and with me are Sam and Foley. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice. You have said hello. It has been a while since we recorded the last one, can you tell? We're slightly out of practice.
Yeah, some of us don't know what I liked. Anyway,
Yes. I've got some random bum fluff to get over with. Because we go on for too long, we have an observer today to tell us if we go on too long. Yes. Next, we have an animation out. It's literally out just about 2.5 hours ago as of this recording.
Yeah.
And the final thing is, this is what I guess is a soft season 2 of the podcast. We've done 12 episodes, which is about the average for a lot of TV shows. So this would be episode 13, which bodes well for us, considering that we're recording this on a Friday.
It's Friday the 13th as well.
It's a good Friday.
I mean, it's not quite. There's a couple of months for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start. Let fly the wings of war. Or to use its other title, Gynoug.
Gynoug.
That's what I don't know how it's said. I genuinely have no idea.
I pronounce it. It's pronounced Gynoug.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gynoug is a 1991 sort of side-scrolling bullet hell game on the Mega Drive.
Yes, a shmup.
A shmup.
A shmup, yes.
A shmup, yeah. You play as a man who shoots them up.
Yes. That's what it's called, Foley. Genuinely, that's what the genre is called. It's called a shmup.
It's a shmup.
Yeah, a shoot 'em up. A shmup is what they call it.
A shmup.
It's a shmup.
Yeah. It's a bit like that one game. I can't remember the name.
Fucking hell.
So in Gynoug, right, you launch the game, right, on your Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's some pillars, and they rise up. And on those pillars, you've got naked, muscular, copper green angel statues.
Oh.
Pretty good, eh? Yep. And in the foreground, there's a gold-skinned angel instead. So you've got copper and also gold. There's no silver there. So this angel, he kind of hovers there. He's got his wings out. He's got muscles bulging. He's posing. He's got his arms out like a superhero. And that is your protagonist. Gynoug, probably.
Oh, a bit of visual reference there.
Yeah, got a visual reference. I couldn't find the box, so it's just a copy of a cartridge I'm holding up to the camera.
It feels like a rock, like a rock band cover.
It was early 90s, so there was probably a lot of inspiration from stuff like Manowar, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously the main menu has different settings on it, different options. The main options, the only two actually, are start and options. So if you go into options, then you don't really have any options. It's just like a list of things that look like they're options, but they don't do anything. You can't change them.
Is it just saying this is the stuff you have to deal with while playing?
Kinda, yeah.
Very useful though.
You can't really do anything with it either. So let's ignore all that. Instead, you start the game. So immediately, you're there. You're Mr. Angel Man, Gynoug, probably. You're flying along to the right, and the scenery is kind of moving along to your left, so you're constantly moving. If you stay in place in relative to the screen, you're still moving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like driving in a car. So you can fly up and down.
What?
And left and right.
I've got one question.
Yeah, go on.
He's got wings. He says he's driving a car.
No, have you ever been in the car?
I
looked out the window.
I'm so confused.
And you can see, you've been in the car, right? It's driving along. You look out the window, on the side window, it's not the front.
Okay.
And the scenery's just going past, right? And if there was an angel, right, keeping pace with the car,
right,
he'd be still to you, but he's moving relative to the scenery.
Okay. No,
that's right. And then imagine there's other cars that are like flying at the angel, and he's shooting magic at them constantly, and they're blowing up. That's this game.
What a fucking stupid analogy.
You asked for it.
I didn't ask for it. Foley did.
I misheard. I was confused.
No, you heard it right.
Okay.
No, you heard it right. You just misunderstood, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, so that's the gist of it. You're flying along. You've got like the top of the map, the level, the bottom of the level. They can kind of close on you at various points, but for most of the time they're not really in the way. And you've got enemies that kind of appear, and they fly at you, or they fly past you, or they fly near you, or they fly in preset patterns, some of which are quite cool. And they shoot things at you, or they just try and hit you, that sort of thing. You shoot them most of the time. I think you start off shooting like a sort of cone in front of you. That goes out for like a couple of meters, then stops. So you've got to get moderately close to enemies, not too close. So most enemies you can just shoot a couple of times and they'll like die. But some enemies are either tougher or just like impermeable, invulnerable.
Right.
Yeah. So some of these enemies, right? You kill them and they drop power-ups. You got various power-ups like blue orb. There's red orb. There's a feather. There's like a piece of paper, like a scroll maybe. And some of these seem to change how your attacks work, your projectiles. So instead of shooting a little cone, sometimes you might end up shooting like 30 of them, like in a massive cone. Or sometimes you'll shoot things behind you as well as forward. Or sometimes you'll shoot things like behind you, like 45 degrees, which go like a meter, and then stop and shoot forwards. So you've got like a bigger sort of cylinder in front of you instead of a cone, with also a bit of coverage to behind you. It's very strange. And I have no idea how that works, what determines what happens. So red orbs and blue orbs seem to be what do that. And you've got a meter at the top, which is like 5 red pills or things, and 5 blue ones. And each time you grab one of these orbs, it fills that up. But I have no idea what the hell the logic is behind anything to do with that. I think if you get hit, one of those will drop down, but that doesn't change how you shoot things either. And it doesn't change like how much health you have, how many hits you can take before death, because that's always just 3. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Really. And there doesn't seem to be any sort of explanation in game about it. So, it's very strange.
So you said know the power-ups, David. Do you actually know how what they're actually used for, or are you just kind of guessing?
I'm just guessing. So I know that the red and blue ones do something to do with projectiles, changing how they work in some manner. Maybe some that do damage as well. The feather, I'm not really sure what that one does. But the piece of paper gives you spells, which I didn't really use. But I know how those work. You get a spell, you can equip it with one button, like cycles through the ones you have, and you can fire it once or so.
So paper's like the most useful one then?
I didn't really use it, but it could be.
Oh.
Yeah. You got 3 lives. Being hit once is 1 life gone. You lose all 3, and you go back to the very start.
So it's like a bullet hell as well.
And you start again.
It's
a bullet hell. There's a lot of projectiles coming around at you a lot of the time. Yeah, so level 1. You're flying through some sort of tunnel. There's not really any context as to why you're there unless you read the manual, which I didn't have. It didn't come with my Mega Drive version of the game, which I have. Instead, you're just flying along. There's like red space invaders that attack you. They're these like vaguely sort of Eastern divinity style looking heads in geometric sort of cages. It's very cool. There's volcanoes that attack you. There's also snails.
Snails?
I'm glad you asked, not me.
Are they like mutated snails, or are they just like snails?
Alright, it's been a while since I wrote these notes. The thing about this is that there's a mix of like strange monstrosity things, and there's also just normal looking animals, so it could have been either. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. I think in this case it was some strange thing that looked like a snail vaguely.
I want to know like when I call the concept for this game, it's like we've got an angel protagonist. What should be the antagonist to it? A snail.
Snail, and then like dolphins later on. But like they're mixed in with like these strange eldritch abominations. It's like yes, 5 of those guys go past. Oh, now some dolphins. Oh, now both at the same time. Okay, sure. Oh, one thing that's nice is that when you're flying along, right? You know, in a lot of games like this, sort of side-scrolling ones, if you hit the ceiling or the floor, you die. In this, you just kind of sort of smush up against it. You can't go further, which is nice. Makes a nice change. Yeah. Okay. Although there's some levels where it does seem to damage you. So, but in general, it's nice. So,
okay, I've got the manual open, and apparently the pieces of paper with scrolls on all have a letter on, and they're for effectively board wipes.
They didn't seem very board wipey to me.
One of them says lightning bolt, another one says energy bolt.
Yeah. The lightning bolt was a single line vertically down the screen at a point.
Oh.
That's not a board wipe. It like flashed and it was done. From what I remember.
Oh.
Maybe some other mother. I think it was when we like summoned a cloud or something, which like went along and then you could like tell it to shoot whenever.
That should have been God then, shouldn't it? Really, in this circumstance.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cloud enemies at some point that have faces on. I don't know what the feather does, but I'm not sure I actually figured that out.
Let's have a look. Speed feather. Increase your speed up to 8 times.
Oh, neat.
So it's probably a case of you don't notice how fast you're going until you pick up like 3 or 4. Like it's negligible until you get to a certain stage.
So you're going along, right? You're dodging all this stuff, you're shooting enemies. Like 7 minutes later you hit the first boss, and then like another one after that. 10-ish. You hit the second boss. First boss is an alien head thing. It's like H.G. Geiger style art in a lot of these enemies, mixed in with just normal animals. It dies really quickly, so let's move on. The next one is a train, which has a humanish head, and that one just kind of stood there while I shot it a bunch.
I've got the name from the manual for that. Call it what you think it's called, and I'll tell you what the supposed official name. The train, yeah.
Chugga Chugga the Immaculate.
That's better than this one, because this one just calls it locomotive breath.
Wow.
What?
Fair enough.
You can tell that someone here plays Dark Souls with a name like Chugga Chugga the Immaculate.
Can you see the one with the alien head?
It's called Dragoon, so it's just boring.
Dragoon.
Yeah.
Dragoon. It's like a dragon, with an extra O. Dragoon.
That's a type of soldier or something, isn't it?
I was going to say, that's a class in one of the Final Fantasy games.
Dragon.
Probably multiple.
Yeah, isn't it? You kill that dude, and then you carry on flying in level 2, and now you're getting shot by birds.
Yes.
Cool. So now you leave the land and you're flying over the ocean instead.
Oh.
And there's red spitting penis worms, is what my notes say. I don't remember writing that, so I can't take any credit. The clouds I mentioned.
I don't remember writing this thing that I definitely wrote. I'm afraid I can't take credit for writing that, despite the fact that I wrote it.
Just want to be done for plagiarism.
It's like you're giving yourself a medal, but you're taking it away at the same time.
It's that hot fuzz meme, isn't it? With Mr. Skin. I definitely didn't like it.
Sorry, Sam, continue.
Finish reading the notes you definitely didn't write, yeah.
No, I wrote the rest of it, just not that bit.
He's got a note
So Gynoug
especially
is...
next to it that says, I mentioned that I didn't write this.
I didn't write that bit either.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Stolen someone else's review.
I think it would be high quality.
Probably.
Although, depending on who wrote it.
If it was me, then no.
No, because you haven't played it.
I have nightmares from it.
Not my bad then.
Haunted by locomotive breath.
I joke. I've shown you that I had this on cartridge. I played this when I was like 6 or 7. This is not the kind of thing you should let a 6 or 7-year-old play. I played this, Ghouls and Ghosts, and another game that I can't remember, basically gave me nightmares when I was a kid. Not Toe Jam and L, I never had that, but it probably would have. But yeah, bunch of games on Mega Drive that my dad just went, yeah, you can play that. And he was like, oh, you can't play Oblivion until you're 15. But you can play Gynoug.
Custer's Revenge is fine.
Like,
yeah, it's prepping you for the real world. It's just toughening you up.
Yeah, with, what was it you said? Red penis monsters? Red spitting penis monsters?
Yeah, but I didn't write it.
Well, yeah, no, that's why I said you said it, not wrote it.
Yeah. I just want to say
that. That's what he has nightmares about.
Yes, redheads, as we call them.
Oh, is that what you call it?
It's a good job they're not the backside, because that'd be a red ring of death.
Oh no! No!
God, that was actually a well-structured joke for once.
Yeah.
Rhys didn't say that though. That wasn't him.
Yeah, that wasn't me who said that.
So, have you ever cried blood?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then that means you can empathise with the clouds in this area.
Yes, quite.
They try to weaponise their blood at you.
Yeah.
But they fail, because I'm good at dodging clouds.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. But eventually, I guess
that
Gynoug
doesn't
gets
mean
fed
that
up
they
with that.
failed to utilise it as a weapon, they just failed to utilise it effectively.
Are they just really sad
Yeah.
clouds then?
No, I think they're really pissed off. So much so that they cry blood at you.
Do you want to know what the name of that boss is called?
It's not a boss, these are just enemies.
Oh,
Don't
they're
say-
just
But there might be a
enemies.
boss that does that later.
Oh.
Yeah, these are just clouds that show up as you're going along through the level.
Just crying clouds.
Yeah. Crying clouds. They're called crowds.
We've got crowds of enemies at the gates. You just look out the window and you're like, I don't see anyone on the ground. Look up, child.
I can't see past all this blood.
I was just going to say that just a Slayer song starts, it's just raining blood from the sky. Is that Slayer or is that a different band?
That's like
I was going to say, I always get confused with that and Angel of Death, which is another one.
the angel with the shotguns on them as well.
Yes, I've heard of that one.
Oh yeah.
It's basically Gynoug, isn't it? Or Gynoug, as you've been calling him.
I guess, yeah, because he doesn't have a shotgun.
Yes, and he shoots from
Angel.
behind his arse.
Sometimes.
Really feels like it, yeah.
When he picks up enough jewels.
Depends if he's had the red pill recently or not.
Yes.
Anyway, you take a swim.
Okay,
You're fed up with flying over the ocean, so it sort of rises up to you, and then you go under it. And now you're flying through the ocean. Some would call it swimming, but your movement's unchanged.
See, are you swimming through the ocean?
Oh, you're flying. You're using your wings still. Your motion's unchanged from being on the surface.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He's an angel, logically. Flying.
He's an angel, not a whale.
Yes.
Yeah. It takes about 10 minutes, by the way, to get to that point where you start descending. That's before the first boss of this level.
Ooh.
But now you're fighting sea life and also strange things.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Seahorses?
So stranger things than that.
Oh, I was going to say, if they're seahorses, they're going to be sea knights as well, riding them. That'd just be cool.
Yeah, that would be neat. But no, that's too weird.
That's too weird or not weird enough? Make your mind up.
It's both. It's either normal animal or abomination. You can't have something in between.
I really hope it's just the seaweeds. Just
Welcome
getting
to
in
the
way.
brand new game show. Is it animal or is it abomination?
Just look at the platypus like,
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
We're kind of friends.
What do we do?
So yeah, you're going along, you're fighting things. There's like a shell with like a red mouth. It's invulnerable at you. It goes past you, behind you, goes down. It kind of goes up and down a bit, waits for it to line itself up with you, and goes after you again, and goes in front of you. And now you can shoot it in the face.
Is
And if
this
you shoot it
a
a
little
bit,
enemy or a big one?
it's like a mini boss.
Oh, yeah, I've got
Oh.
the name of that one, which is a
Ah.
weird one. It's
Nautilus.
Squiggly.
Oglithan.
What?
Fair enough.
Oglithan.
Ugly fan.
Leviathan.
It sounds like someone from Brum. You're ugly fan.
You're ugly, fun.
Squiggly.
Very nice.
And if he's from this game, chances are, yes, he is.
Yeah, if you shoot in the
Yeah.
face, kind of helping it.
I mean,
yeah.
I've seen worse.
Oh, God, I had to hold off from going, why, I looked in the mirror so hard then. Oh.
That is like the most intense moment on this show. I think it's like, who's talking about?
There's just a moment of silence and then just that.
That was so intense.
So I assume you beat the shit out of the thing, then what?
Yeah. So you do that, and then you fly along, and then there's another big shelly nautilus creature thing that shoots things at you.
Is it red?
Part of it, I think it's got a shell, right the last thing, and then its insides are red, and they it shoots like a bunch of fleshy projectiles at you. Yeah, and also some shells.
Hmm.
So I died here, right?
Oh.
On the first time on this level, I realized that you don't actually start at the very beginning. You start at the beginning of your level. Yeah. So you got 3 tries per restart. But if you die like 5 times total, you start at the very beginning. So anyway.
So you've got
It's a
bit
5
better, but-
continues and 3 lives per continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I can tell. But yeah, that's pretty neat. But yeah, each time you die, you lose all your power ups and stuff. So you go back to the really shit projectiles and stuff, which makes it take a lot longer to get to that point again.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Brutal.
So the floor after that boss, which I came back and killed, it becomes dangerous all of a sudden. Even up until now, even though you've been bouncing on the ocean floor, it becomes dangerous. So yeah, watch out for that, I guess. Yeah, and then the next boss, right, is a big ship and has a human head. A lot of the bosses do, except for the last one, the previous one. That is.
Yes. Do you want to know
Yeah.
what the name of this boss is?
Gynoug too.
Massaboff.
Massive boss.
That's what it says. Masseboth. Massaboff.
Fair enough.
Is this game a comedy? Because
Oh.
these names are gold. That's so good.
Oh, you've not heard the next boss. When we get to him, you're going to fucking laugh your fucking shit off.
Laugh your shit.
Well,
Talk about the
Continue,
ring
sir.
of death.
Yes.
that's the point where I stopped the game.
You stop playing?
Yeah.
You motherfucker. You missed out
Well,
You
Peeble.
know, not,
Who?
not,
Peeble.
Who's
not
people?
people.
He looks like a snake of sorts. I don't know. I
With a
don't.
human head?
I think you're still underwater or something. Maybe it looks like an
Maybe.
eel, perhaps like a ghost eel. You also
eel.
missed the incredible boss called Gark, who's a giant head and a wall. There's one called Monotrog, another one called Orthus, and one called Slog, and the best boss of the game, Perfidy.
Mm.
That sounds awfully like a celebrity recent.
Let's move away from that. Because this one is, oh boy, the design. Think of the most H.R. Geiger thing you can think of. What kind of thing do you think it looks like?
So like really hideous. I'm thinking like Medusa kind of stuff.
It looks like a giant alien dong with a head.
The penis is alive.
Yeah, not far off then. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that would imagine that coming for you though. Not like that, but you know, about to attack.
What? Sorry, give me just 1 second.
Something has absolutely shocked Rhys to the
It's
core.
caught his eye.
The game was released by a company called DreamWorks Inc.
Wait,
Oh.
wait.
But
not-
it looks like it was just a game distributor, and it's a different company, I think. It's not the same one. Oh, that would have been so funny if we could go, oh, the one that did Shrek did this giant penis alien.
I want to put it past them.
Yeah. So that's where I stopped.
Yep.
It's kind of the sort of game where a trillion projectiles coming, you can get into that sort of flow state where you are just playing and playing. You play for like 50 minutes straight, don't get hit by a single thing. But then you lose that flow state and you just like fly into every projectile coming at you and die.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
It probably helps that you were occasionally picking up feathers and increasing your speed and not realising that you're getting a little bit faster as well.
Nah.
Never mind then. I take that back.
No.
I think this actually
I think
kind of
that's
makes
placebo.
sense though. Picking up feathers because you got wings. I was like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Maybe it's an implication that you are just one of many Gynougs making this journey, and you're flying along behind them, and you're collecting the feathers dropped by your fallen brethren.
Oh, that's deep.
Yes. Do you want me,
It's wrong, but
real
it could be.
quick, to tell you what
No.
it says in, not story, it doesn't say game story, it doesn't say
Second.
objectives, it just says object, and then has a description afterwards.
Does it mean like an actual like inanimate thing, or is it just I just object to it?
I object!
I object.
Well, your object is also your objective, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Which is a strange way of putting
Yes.
it.
I mean, it says object, it's got a little description, and underneath it says take control. And then the only image that it's got is it just has a Mega Drive, and then it just has a points to the slot and says cartridge slot. And it just immediately moves on to start button. Starts the game. I was like, okay, sure.
That's easy enough.
Here's the controller port. Here's the thing. Doesn't actually say how to plug it in, technically, but I guess that'd be on the actual box. Obviously, I mentioned earlier this game is also known as The Wings of War. That was what it was called in America because they probably thought Americans were too stupid to understand what Gynoug means. Don't know why they thought
that's
British and Europeans were more intelligent
moderately fair.
to understand what Gynoug means because, I mean, it doesn't mean shit. That's why.
No.
Because I can't see that it...
Go!
No.
You nasty, ovulent...
Ovulent.
What the hell starts with a U?
Crowd.
Unwieldy.
Unspoken guy.
Gargoyle. I don't know.
You gremlin.
Okay, so the description here reads, The Wings of War. Welcome to Icus, planet of the flying men. You are War, so the main character
this
is
isn't
called
on Earth?
War. No, it's not on Earth.
What's the
funnily
point
enough.
then?
A winged battle master with the power to hurl bolts of energy and control the magical forces of nature. Your planet has been taken over by an evil virus that is mutated into a collection of the grossest creatures ever to slime a tunnel. What a weird way to phrase it. They are mutants of Icus, led by the terrible Destroyer. You've named him later. Why don't you just use his name there?
Yeah, it was Chug Chug the Immaculate.
Yeah.
I see why he changed his name. Yeah.
Many have taken on the mutants before you and failed. Now it's your turn. From the deepest caverns of Icus to the belly of the beast itself, you must fly and fight for the life of your planet. It won't be easy, but then the best battles never are. Best battles?
Well, you know.
Why?
You know there's great
why
battles against snails. You know.
Why was Gynoug just hanging out in the deepest caverns rather than cutting this off at the source?
I don't know. Let's look at what
He
object
is
says.
Object.
unhappy.
That's why. That's
Uh,
why.
Object.
The object of Wings of War is to defeat the mutants that have taken over Icus. In addition to a couple of hundred minor creatures, each of which can destroy you with a touch, there is a mid-round and end-of-round large mutant you must beat to win the game. There are 6 rounds in all. If you win, Icus is saved. Fail, and the planet is doomed to an eternity of rule by some pretty disgusting monsters.
He's talking about the penis.
Yeah. I'm talking about the penis.
The penis of war. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't really call it that if it's kind of marketed towards kids, is the problem.
The private parts of war.
Indeed. So what did you think of the game's plot, Sam? Now that you know it?
He didn't have one.
I just told you it.
Nope, wasn't in the game. The plot is that you're an angel and you're flying across the planet killing things.
It's your
Anything that's in
planet.
your way.
Yeah.
You look heroic, so you must be the good guy.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? What do you reckon of the visuals and like the sound and shit?
Yeah, so the good stuff about it is that it looks good for its age. It's got a lot of the enemies look pretty cool. Obviously, I said earlier that the bosses are H.R. Geiger inspired and stuff. A lot of the enemies are like that as well.
Yeah,
And then you've got the just like normal animals that are also really pissed off with you. which
just
is
there.
unusual.
They're being attacked by a giant creature of unknown quality and quantities. And
And
that
also a dolphin.
worm.
Well, the worm was pretty mysterious as well. Yeah, there's quite a good variety of enemies. It reminds me of a Fairy Tale Adventure in like the age of it, if nothing else. But I had like 3 enemies, right? Whereas this has got, at least in the bits I played, it was like 30. There's probably more. So it's pretty cool. The sound effects are good, nice and crisp, not annoying. Even though you can tell it's like old limited tech.
Yeah.
Quite a degree. And the music was pretty good as well. It sounds adventurous, like you're going on a journey, flying along, then swimming. But you're not actually swimming; you're just flying underwater.
Yes, you're flying alongside the water.
Yeah, that's right. It's just behind you, so it looks like you're swimming.
Yes.
Yeah.
You parted the waves with your wings, is what's happened.
Yeah, exactly. That's what your projectiles are. They aren't actually projectiles. You're just making bubbles that fly forwards.
It's like Robin from the old Batman series used to say, "Holy flying Moses, Batman."
Yeah. Classic Robin quote.
Batman used to turn around, smack him, and say, "Stop blaspheming, Robin."
What a Arcmobile.
That's what happened anytime they needed to fight the Penguin. It's like, Robin, to the Bat-Arc. And they just have to like push animals out of the way to get to the controls.
So she's just like...
Wait a minute, that's not even the right story. That's Noah.
What? You thinking the Ark was Moses? The Ark was Moses?
Well, Foley started it, and then I just continued it. And
I didn't say anything. Don't point your fingers at me.
Put my finger all
First we got Rhys talking about his car analogy, now you're going on about the Ark. So, the bad... I don't really like this sort of game.
You bastard.
Oh, yeah. The 3 lives seemed excessively low.
I thought you were going to say, I don't really like this kind of game. Any game from before the year 2000 is shit.
Nah, that's not true. I like...
5, 4, 3,
I like
2,
Tomb Raider
1.
The preview version they made before 2000.
Isn't Tomb Raider from like 96?
Is it? Oh, okay, Tomb Raider then. There you go.
No, you can't do that. You can't do
that. Why?
You can't do that. That's not fair.
You know what I've sacrificed?
Yeah, the first one's from 96.
Can't do it to me.
4 of the first Tomb Raiders were before 2000. You fucking idiot.
There you go.
Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, and The Last Revelation. I don't know what The Last Revelation is. Let's look at it.
It's number 4.
Oh.
It's the Egyptian one. It's got a pyramid on the cover, I think.
It's not Egyptian. You're in Angkor Wat, which is...
Close enough. Does it have a pyramid on the cover?
That's in Cambodia.
Yeah, that's pretty close to Egypt.
Is it?
No.
Is it that close?
Oh, they have pyramids. Is it South America or is it like Asia?
I think it's in Asia.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty close. You go to Thailand in Tomb Raider Underworld.
Did they have pyramids in Thailand?
No. They had Nordic ruins then.
Shockingly, we're getting off topic here.
What? Us?
What?
No.
So what was the other thing you didn't like, Sam?
It was at the 3 lives. I didn't like that specifically because the levels are so damn long. So if you get hit like right at the very beginning of it and then you play flawlessly, you can then just die in one hit like 15 minutes later.
How long
if it had like some sort of way of just grabbing lives up to the maximum of 3. Pretty long. I think there's like 6-7 levels total. And each of them is like 20 minutes, which isn't too long, but you've got to kind of do it without dying too many times.
I've just Googled how long to beat, and I reckon about hour 48, 2 hours sort of range.
Yeah, the other bit was that there's no in-game explanation as to what the hell any of those pickups you get to. So, I mean, that was quite fun to bring out, but also it didn't make sense.
There's an orb of power. Increases the power of the normal shot up to 5 times beginning strength.
That'd be the red one.
This is all black and white as far as I'm concerned. This is a terrible media representation of what they are.
I'm pretty sure I remember the red one not doing anything visible. So I
think the only one that I can tell what the colours are is the red gem and the blue crystal. The red gem fans the shot pattern out to the front, but there's an amber gem as well. And a blue gem?
I didn't see any of that. I didn't see an orange.
Are
they like round looking?
Yeah, they're all round looking. They're orbs, mate.
Yeah? You said gem.
Yeah, but there's a red gem, but the orb ones are round, but the gems are also round.
Yeah.
just want to point out, this manual is fucking dog shit. It has all of the different like little symbols of the gem. Just like life up is just a little picture of him. An orb of pattern is an orb. But the only shot they could get of the feather is of an in-game bit of him flying towards the feather.
Nice.
All of the other ones are little item highlights, and then that one's just like, is that it on this screen? I can't tell because of how small it is in the manual.
Maybe the developers just lost the asset for the feather.
Fucking hell.
I was really hoping you would say their feather's got to be round as well. Just
I thought it was just going to be a picture of a real life feather.
Yeah.
This is what a feather looks like, guys. It's similar but a lot smaller.
When did this game come out again?
91?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
1991. Licensee, Nippon Computer Systems Corporation, Japan.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed the Nippon Corporation was in Japan.
Yes. 1990, what? 1991, DreamWorks Inc., all rights reserved. Sega trademark, Genesis trademark.
Gynoug is also a trademark of blah 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 blah.
It doesn't say that, but it probably says it at the bottom. Let me scroll to the end and have a look.
Good.
DreamWorks, well...
See, which is more engaging, this or me looking through the options?
Right, look for the options that you can't change the options.
Point taken. Continue.
No, yeah, that was pretty much it. It's just the enemies being a bit strange, you know, they're just normal animals, weird monstrosities, and those just like being mixed in together was a bit odd. There's a thing that never actually happened to me, but it could very easily happen, is that enemies just kind of emerge onto the screen from below or to the above and to the right and left and stuff. So if you happen to be in the wrong place, you could just get hit without any ability to react to it. But you can also just memorize where everything is because none of it's randomized. So.
Mm-hmm. Would you recommend it to anybody?
No.
I would recommend it to lots and lots of kids and force them to have nightmares about the abominations on screen. I turned out all right, didn't I? Didn't I?
No comment.
In disguise.
Okay, sum the game up in 4 words, Sam.
It's a masochistic Macromedia Flash game.
Let me get my dictionary out.
I guess
Macromedia Flash was Adobe Flash before it got bought by Adobe.
Yeah, I know. I used to watch the animations you made at school with that.
I also Foley didn't have to look it up in a dictionary.
Don't know right now.
Why have you got a dictionary on hand?
Because
Is that the Bible?
I know what Sam's like. It's in the Bible. Yeah, let me just look at the chapter that they used. It's with the
thou
ark.
shalt not indulge in macromedia.
I thought you were just going to open it and just be there like, let's have a look. This is page whatever, and then just read a random word out and just read it in like a really somber way. Go on, do that. Do that. Open the dictionary to a random page.
Watch
Page 675.
Watch this be my dyslexic look. You'll be the most.
That's fine. Just point at a random word on it and then just read what the description to it is.
Okay, that's not what I expected.
Go for it.
It's not what you're going to expect.
Go for
Prime
it.
ministers and presidents.
Oh.
I'm not joking. I'm on the fucking places in this dictionary.
What?
I didn't know this was in here. What the fuck?
Oh, isn't dictionaries? What
Why
dictionaries?
is that in a dictionary? Who is it though? So I'm getting off topic now. I started looking
Pad
at
out their word count.
I didn't know that was it. What the fuck is that in there?
Oh yeah, the dictionary is the one book that needs to add to its fucking word count, isn't it, Sam?
Well, apparently.
I wonder if Donald Trump's been added to this then.
Oh, yes, we've got far more words than you do in our dictionary.
My dictionary is bigger than your dictionary.
Oh.
Mine's like a
Are you
size.
gonna stop comparing your dictionary sizes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mine's bound in leather.
Oh, mine.
Mine's got lots of buckles on it.
Mine's got a slip-on cover.
Yeah. Oh, mine's got real human skin on it.
What the fuck was that?
Jesus Christ. Has no part of these books anymore.
Too fictitious for me.
Indeed.
So, final verdict, Sam?
No. I don't recommend it.
Object.
Right.
Object.
In that case, time for a word from our sponsors, I guess.
Not Gynoug anymore, that's for sure.
Hero's Journey. More guidelines than rules. We at the HJM-GTR are here to promote our new book. He ain't no hero, he's just a bloke. This book is about how you don't need no fancy sword-swinging, gun-toting hero. You just need a good old man with old-fashioned labour behind him. None of this new age hero bollocks. All you need is some elbow grease, and then you're gonna find that old man at the pub you like with your mates. That's how all good adventures start, right? HJM GTR. Separate fact from whatever you're writing.
So what have I been doing recently? I have finally started playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Ah,
I've got a question.
Yes,
What is that?
it is.
a game.
I think
thank you.
is it last year or is it the year before now? It won Game of the Year like one
Wasn't
year.
this year?
Oh, it's
It
just
must have
one
been
that
previous year.
everyone was. I saw on social media, everyone was like supporting it heavily compared to other games. Were they?
Not what I saw.
No?
A lot of
Okay.
people were,
Maybe
but I
the wrong
saw.
game, then.
No, you're thinking of the right game.
Oh.
For some reason, a lot of the places that I followed or just popped up on my feed were like people who were Spider-Man fans who were really salty at the fact that they hadn't won Game of the Year, but Baldur's Gate 3 had, and they were just going like, "Look at the gameplay of Spider-Man. It's like really fast-paced, really quick, fast moving. Everything's moving. Just everyone's swinging around. There's like loads of combos." And then like just like a really excited emoji, and then they just had an emoji of, "Oh, this is Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay," and it was during a fucking sneaking segment. It's like, oh no shit,
Imagine-
nothing's gonna happen there.
Imagine being a Spider-Man fan.
Yes, imagine being a Spider-Man fan.
Pretty rad,
Yes.
What's wrong with Spider-Man? I want to
Well,
talk about
everyone's
this right
got
now.
something wrong with me.
Well, we know about Spider-Man's villains, and we know about the one that I don't give a fuck about, and it's the only one.
Yeah.
We went through the entire gallery. I got one comment on that, sure, and it was someone saying, "Don't diss Craven."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, fucking, who gives a shit about Craven? Is that the least interesting one?"
When done
Oh.
right, he's interesting.
Oh yeah, and the film definitely did him justice, didn't it?
Oh, is this the new one? Is it really that bad?
I saw some people online saying that it puts Morbius in a good light.
Oh, that's when you know it's really bad.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
think that was a new
hell.
Spider-Man.
But yeah, nipping back to Baldur's Gate 3, I genuinely don't know if I love it or hate it, because there are points in this game where I'm like, man, the writing is fucking excellent. I'm having so much fun right now. And then it'll do just things which I would consider so player hostile. I am
Okay.
having to rage quit the fucking game because it's so annoying. One of the examples that happened recently is I performed a sneak attack on somebody to get a surprise round on a group of enemies. But the game decided that despite the fact that I hit first, I attacked first and surprised the enemy, my party was surprised because there were two enemies that were hiding nearby who I couldn't see. And so every single enemy got a surprise round on me and basically insta-ganked my team, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
It makes sense the hidden ones got a surprise round, but not.
yeah. They
The other
basically split my party up by completely dragging them to four corners. One of them being a spellcaster who couldn't do shit. And my party just got ganked. And I was like, oh, great. That's fun.
Yeah.
Love that.
But yes, the Foley, it's like
Like D&D.
it's a single player
Okay.
sort of D&D style.
Like a
Yeah.
strategy.
And I
You
would
control
not...
each member of your party.
I would not liken it too much to D&D because a lot of the rules of D&D I know, and then something happens and I'm like, what? That's not how it works. And obviously they've been gamified quite heavily, and I'm like, what? Like, I'll save a concentration saving throw, but my character's knocked prone, and that will negate the spell instead. And I'm like, what? That's bullshit. Sam's expression was that of like confusion. But there was a genuine, like, a story moment. I'm not going to make any spoilers, but I was sat at the screen for 5 minutes because I didn't know what decision to make. Genuinely, like, really enthralled.
Do I bang the bear or
Thinking
do I
about
not?
it. It wasn't that one. It was, do I kill this character or not type of deal. I was so...
Yes. The answer's always yes.
I didn't. I chose not to.
Oh.
And it looks like I'm going to be going and killing a Lich Queen, which is always fun as a result of it. This person who's participating in this call, I don't think has gotten as far as that point, which is even funnier. It's even funnier because I didn't buy this game, they did, and I'm stealing it from them.
Oh,
All right,
no.
this is tangentially related.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, like 5 maybe, Rhys for Batman Arkham Asylum.
I know what you're on
And
about now. I
then
know
at
what
the
you're on
time, we had a shared library at the time.
Oh
As
no!
in, I could play his games. And Rhys was like, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to refund this."
Big
Wait,
fun!
Sam's played more than 2 hours, so I can't refund it. Oh no!
I was just like, oh shit, I can't refund this game. Someone's on my library played it for like 7 hours or so. I was like, oh fuck.
I didn't even finish it.
I've played it since. To be fair, so I've played it for over 2 hours now, and I still don't really like it.
Yeah, it's alright.
Is this the
It's
third
one of the
one?
Arkham games. I don't remember which one it is.
Wait.
Yes, Arkham Asylum Game of the Year. I played it for 2.4 hours. I beat Bane, apparently. On to another game that I did by myself this time, and I really enjoyed.
Right. Is there going to be any spoilers for the other person in the school?
It's Dragon Quest Builders.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
The sound of that, I lose an interest.
Yeah. I played it on the Switch ages before for like 4 hours. Really enjoyed it. But the problem is every single level you basically have to restart from scratch every time. And so I gave up with it.
Rebuild from scratch.
Yeah, this time I didn't mind. I was fine with it.
Wait, so it's the fact you don't...
Basically, every area you have to build up a town, do quests in that town and build up. But you have to start from scratch every single area that you get to. However, the difference is that a lot of the stuff that you would use in a previous area, you don't unlock in this new area because it's like a different tech tree, effectively. So you start from scratch, but it's not the same things that you're making, necessarily.
Right.
Like one area might lean more towards the more deserty vibe. One area leans more towards the classic medieval fantasy vibe.
You just adapt into those areas.
Effectively, yes.
I suppose it's something different. It's not the same thing, is it?
Yeah. That being said, on the desert one, I did spend 3 hours building a minecart track to get me all the way around this island, and then I realised that you unlock a car which is just quicker, and I was like, oh fucking life.
Nice.
I was like, oh, great. And I don't need to worry about tracks for this, because it's just a car.
Did you actually complete the track, then you realised it was a car?
Yeah, I completed the track basically real early on, because I was like, I know what I'm doing, I'm mining, I'm building all this stuff. Okay, I can get all the way around this island. I got like halfway through the track on the second bit that you get to, and then I unlocked the car, found out that it's quicker than the minecart as well.
Right.
And so I was just like, oh my fuck. And on the minecart, you can't attack people. In the car, you can ram into people and deal heavy damage. So I was like, well, fuck this then. I'm just going to use the car from there.
Everybody has a tractor in the way of the car as well. Just to add insult to injury.
I wasted so much time building this fucking minecart track because I was like, I'm going to be clever here to get around the island quick. And then it was just like, oh, no, don't have to give a shit about that. Great.
Well,
waste of fucking time.
Well, at least you've given the community an easier way around the island, huh?
They don't give a fuck.
It's just there, gathering, just rusting away.
Literally, all they do is just go, oh, I wonder when he's getting back.
So they don't do anything at all.
You joke, they don't do fucking anything, basically, when you're in the town. They just go, oh, go get this for me, thank you. Or build this town better for me, thank you. And it's like, okay, great, cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. When I become the most powerful man in the world, I'm going to enslave everybody here. And make you ride that bloody minecart track.
Yeah. Genuinely, half the fucking game is just this god who brought you back to life going, oh yeah, just bear in mind, you aren't the hero. Don't go thinking that you need to beat this demon lord at the end. And you're like, thanks for believing in me, almighty powerful one. And then right near the end of the game, all the other characters are like, oh yeah, so you're going to go kill this thing. And you go, yeah, all right, fuck it.
Sure.
And this god's like, don't do this, you will die. And you're like, I don't give a shit.
Shut up, God. I'm going to defeat him with the power of logistics.
Literally, yeah, I just fucking... You joke that the first part of the final boss fight, it's supposed to be this real big, powerful battle with this, like, boss as he's, like, blasting things around. I just hopped in my car, zipped around the area, and just any time that he showed a sight, like one of those moments where you can hit him, I just ram into him, drive in a little circle, ram into him again while he's weak, and then just, as soon as he's, like, can't be injured, I just leave and just zip around his explosions. I'm like, yeah, this sounds like the ideal boss fight.
I mean, that's the second time that's happened on this podcast.
Oh.
Because you take down Emperor Daviculus's, like, two-headed demon tower thing coming out of the Sea of Black Tears in Brutal Legend by driving into it a couple of times.
Theme going on here.
Yeah. Is that the connection? This...
Yes.
Yeah.
The theme is that cars are the bane of demons.
My segment's completely irrelevant to this. It's just that.
And also my segment as well.
Yeah. Two final things I'm going to mention. Sonic 3 is so much fun. It's so much fucking fun.
It is fun, isn't it?
Nice.
It's such stupid fun. You get more
doesn't
Doctor
have Shadow in it.
Yes, this has got Shadow in it.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Not much of it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a lot of fun, this film. It's so dumb.
Nice.
I think it's one of those, you just go in, you just know it's got to be dumb fun. You got two Jim Carreys as well.
There's such a good line in the film. They're like doing that stupid thing of moving their hands against each other as if they're mirroring, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's as if we're two characters in the movie being played by the same actor." Half look towards the camera, just a little side glance of. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, we've probably got time to do one spin the wheel.
Oh, here we go.
Let's spin the wheel. Is this the right wheel? Yes. Whee! Oh no, why did it have to be that one?
Oh no.
Okay, so this is a story from me involving Sam's mum.
What?
Sorry, what a great way to start. I really hope Sam hasn't heard this before.
I don't know if he has. I don't know if I've told him this before.
Oh no!
So Sam and I obviously we went to high school together, and there was a point in high school where I think it was your mum, Sam, that was doing some like teaching assistant stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at one
He
point,
was helping out with the the special kids. That's I guess why she.
Yeah. I mean, I was in a class with a couple of them, as well as me.
Amongst them.
I mean, not gonna lie, I was. There's one point during a science class that we needed to do like it was a biology lesson, and one of the things I think it was like year 7 or year 8.
Okay.
Shut those eyebrows away.
And we were doing it was literally about reproductive stuff. And at one point, one of the things that we were told to do was told to draw a comic about this kind of thing. And
Why?
I don't know, stupid shit.
What were they expecting?
Ask your mum.
But the reason I got in a lot of trouble is because I just sort of did a comic, and at one point I had, and it's going to sound so stupid out of context, I had a sperm cell saying, "What the F ... And I got in a lot of trouble because they were like, you can't allude to swearing in a comic. It's going to be graded. And my argument was, but it is that though, isn't it? And they were like, yeah, but you can't use that language. And I got like a detention for like a week or so because of that. And just even when I changed it to him, just like because it said ... I changed it so that he said flip instead. And they were like, no, that doesn't count. You can't just change it now. We've seen it beforehand. We know what you were trying to do. And so I got do you know what the fucking most annoying part? I got a B for that. It's fucking bullshit.
You got a B?
I got a B despite the fact that I was alluding to swearing. Got taken aside by the teacher and Sam's mum and told off for writing in a fucking graded thing, what the F ...
It was graded.
It was fucking graded.
What do you mean it's graded? What?
I think it was graded on this.
What fucking subject was this?
It was biology.
That's not a thing we did in biology. What are you on about?
It was year 8. I did it in my one.
To be fair, it sounds like you had a lot funner approach to biology than we did. You had to say the computers.
I just want to see this comic now.
Yeah. Have you still got the comic?
Oh, fuck knows where that's gone. I had to hand that in as part of it, and then it went in one of those big old books. But you know that they would just give you the...
It's in your permanent record.
That'd be so funny for this. God, if I ever end up making films like, this was one of the impetus things of one of his films, it's just a comment that says, what the flip?
A sperm cell.
Oh man, it's so stupid. Yeah. That's probably not what you were expecting when I brought up your mum, was it?
It could have been anything.
I'm going to spin the wheel one more time and just see what comes out, because that was quite a short one, but I just wanted a funny little story to mention.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my god.
You got one about Foley's one, though.
Yeah. Pretty much that. This is different. It landed on improv. So, I have got a secondary wheel of improv scenarios, which most of them involve you two doing an improv scene with each other.
Okay.
I'm getting flashbacks to college and I don't like this.
Yes. From this point, if we immediately cut to the next segment, then that means that this bit wasn't funny from now. I'm going to spin the wheel and we'll find out.
It means it got into redacted territory.
Sam, you are trying to stop a man, Foley, from gambling his life savings away, but you may not use the letter G. Foley is at a poker table.
So none of the words I say can have the letter G in it.
Yes.
Okay.
So Foley can use the letter G, but Sam can't use the letter G, which means you can't say gamble and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
So Foley, you're at the poker table. You've got probably not a great hand. It's up to you what your hand is. That or it could be roulette. I don't know. Pick your poison or your gambling, I guess.
You there.
Gambling. Right.
You there, sir.
Yeah, speaking to me?
Your wife's about to pop.
What do you say?
Scram. To hospital. Off you trot.
I'm trying to win the money. What do you want?
Your wife.
My
Her
wife.
belly. Lard.
What did you say?
Lard.
My wife is lard.
Murmurings around you. That's very rude. I can't believe you'd say that. Very rude.
Your wife with child. About to pop. To hospital. Scram. Be off with you. I have a firearm.
I'm not going anywhere until I get black.
I have
or
a
red.
firearm.
God,
And the will to use it. Don't fuck with me.
I'm not moving from this table until I roll a good hand.
And over your mom. Your wife pops twice.
Can you roll the dice for me? I'm too drunk to roll.
Yes. I
What?
throw the dice.
Tell
out
me
of
what
the
it
window.
rolls on. My eyesight's not very good anymore.
Darn. You'll have to head on outside to see the dice. Because I tossed it out the window.
I thought he was playing roulette. Where did the dice come from?
Why did you roll the dice out the window?
So you head on outside.
I don't want to go outside. I want to put some
I have a firearm. Then.
Why do you keep saying I'm fire? I was doing nothing wrong. What
I'm sorry, sir. It's time to head on out.
I'm trying to win some money for my wife.
Blam! Kapow! I'm shooting my firearm.
What are you picking on me for? I've done nothing wrong. I'm just gambling. I mean,
I've been sent by the Lord.
Why the fuck are you shooting
So
a
you
gun? You're shooting a gun in the casino.
Waste away
You-
your life savings with an apostrophe.
Nice save. Oh my God. Yeah, there's people running around this screen. There's some nutters just shot a gun in the casino.
Nothing to see here, fellas.
What is wrong with you? Why are you shooting a gun indoors for?
I have my reasons.
I have my reason.
Time's up, kiddo.
Well, what are you gonna do if I just stay right here?
And this ball is spinning around the casino. It's just going around that little roulette wheel. It's like tick, 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 tick. What do?
I'ma steal your ball.
Why? Don't you throw out the window just like with the dice I wasn't even using.
You asked me to roll it.
Yeah, to roll it, I'll throw it out the window.
You did ask the gentleman to roll.
That's just how I roll.
And the ball stops on 27 red.
Is that a good thing, sir? Is that a good thing?
I don't know. I'm not sure what number you put it down on. I don't believe you took any.
Your damn
I
mouth.
got distracted by this man firing a freaking gun indoors. I'm just
I'm
trying
afraid, sir, you have not partaken in any gambling today, and the roulette.
Oh
table is
no!
closed.
Please, you can't do this to me. My wife's having a baby, and this man's
You
firing a
shut-
gun.
You shut the hell up, dealer. I'm gambling with your life.
You used a G.
Ah,
I
I got it.
And
Ah.
I
Well
think
done.
that's going to be C. We've got no conclusion, but I don't think we need one for that. Fucking hell.
It's left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ah,
Oh.
Perfect, Sam. Well done.
Jesus
Uh.
Christ.
It's so sort of listen goes, your wife got a pup. She's lard.
I just love the fact that you're like, need saving apostrophe instead of at the end. Just apostrophe.
I did pronounce it right.
Oh.
I just added that as a clarification.
Top security though, I'll give him that. Yeah.
Top
sent
security.
by the law.
You didn't even know he was security.
No,
He
but
showed up.
technically he's not me gambling, so
I'm an angel. I
yeah.
couldn't say that because it's got a G in it.
You know.
I'm your guardian anal, as they say. I didn't really calculate how that would sound without the G.
Oh, I chose the wrong time to drink.
You really did.
Where did that come from?
I chose a guardian angel without the G.
I'm your guardian anal.
Your guardian anal. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Final thing before we move on is I watched some older Doctor Who episodes recently. Yeah, it was quite good.
Which Doctor?
There was a bunch of Peter Davison and a Colin Baker. So that's 5th and 6th Doctor. 5th is my favourite, but I actually preferred the 6th episode more because it was real fucking dark.
Edgy.
Just underground.
It was actually an underground one, but I thought it was quite good. But I'm not sure who I think the best master is. Foley, who's the Beastmaster?
Oh, the Beastmaster. Oh, that would be...
Can you not remember his name?
Sylvester Stallone?
The actor? Mark Singer. No, so the Beastmaster... Right, I'll try and do the summary for you. So, it's about an antagonist, Max, by Rip Torn, a legendary actor. He has some witches, and they see his future, and apparently he gets murdered by an unborn, a son...
Is this the fucking rip-off of Macbeth?
Yeah.
Oh no, it gets way fucking worse.
Oh no, it's so great, Sam. Honestly, you'll think this is the best version ever. So
he's not the king; he's like the king's vizier, effectively. So it's a bit different.
Pretty much,
Okay.
yeah. And he sees this unborn child, the son of someone called Zed, who I just found out played. Is it Freud? You know, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Sure, I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much.
The only thing I know about Zed is that Zed's dead.
Zed's dead, baby. So his child, who's not been born yet, in the future will later kill Max. That's all because the extra in there for some reason. Max. Max sends like a witch, one of the witches, to murder. It's one of those to murder the child, but the way they do it is very strange. So they sneak into their sleeping quarters, like their house where they're sleeping.
Just Sam, what do you think they do?
Yeah, what? So
to attempt to murder this unborn child.
Yeah.
Yes, how do you think they do it?
One would assume they'd stab her or smother her or something along those lines.
The most the simpler options, right?
Or they like try and curse her or something.
Well, visually, it really confused me. So he goes in. I think he's there, and the witch does this weird curse, and you see the mother's stomach just. The way I can describe it, it's like a can getting squished. I went, oh, they're really doing a messed up version of of killing a child.
Right.
No, they birthed the child through this spell, and then the witch takes it to this fire. Wait,
you've missed out a step.
Well,
you've missed out a step. They move the baby from the mother's stomach into a goat. And then they take the goat with them somewhere else.
I must have blanked that out. What the fuck?
They cut the goat open and they pull the baby out of the goat.
I was watching this on YouTube, so I might not have seen that.
I'm wondering if they cut that out on the YouTube version.
I need to watch, because I swear, if that was in it, I swear I would be like, yeah. But yeah, the witch is like, I'm going to stab this child now, and then...
No, I've done it earlier.
No, not earlier. But then, obviously, someone comes along, thinks like a bypasser, like a random...
You say a biker?
A biker just strolls by, delivering newspapers, just whacks a witch.
What else going on down there?
Not on my newspaper, fucking... But,
it's like extra, read all about it. King's kid turned into a goat.
Read all about it. Just flings the fucking newspaper at the witch.
Wow.
Hits her in the head, she falls in the fire. Kid lands on the goat
Sorry, what's going on? But this is the thing, because this is what really annoys me. Because he goes to sneak up on the witch. He goes, he's about to kill a baby. He jabs the witch, but then she just puffs into thin air. Her clothes just fall. You're like, okay, I don't know what happened there, but the baby's safe. And then, I'm not joking, this is how it goes, how quick it is. Cuts forward, and he's grown up. He's like a teenager. He's learned fighting with his new
father. Is there
father.
any intermediate scene, or is it just next scene?
No, this is the thing. Okay, so this is 2 hours long, and I was dreading this. I was like, okay, with how it already started off, I don't have high hopes for this film. But what I kind of strangely appreciate about this film is very quick.
It doesn't fuck about with its weirdness. It just goes.
It doesn't linger around, which it kind of infuriates me, because I wanted some kind of exposition to flesh out.
What does this mean? What does it mean?
I was like, but how? Why? Because in the next scene where he's old and he's fighting with his new dad, I really don't remember his name. He's fighting, and then out of nowhere, a bear. Is it a bear? He just attacks this person. Another bypass Patterson. I swear, is it another by Patterson or is it the dad? There's so many things happen in this one scene. He just gets attacked by a bear, and because the main character's called, wait for it,
Dar, isn't he?
Dar, yeah, Dar, D-A-R.
With 2 A's.
Dar.
Oh, okay.
It's like, fantastic, rooting for this guy already. So yeah, just kill a bear. It's attacking someone. What do you think? What do you think happens in the scene, Sam?
I think somebody German suplexes the bear.
No.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
What
have you been watching? Fist of the North Star? What the
No, Dar telepathically tells the bear to stop, pretty much, and just go away, naughty bear.
Is this film from like the 80s or something?
Yeah, it's like early 80s.
Okay.
Because then
That makes sense.
but then it surprised me how it spawned sequels, and it even has a TV show. I don't know how this works anymore.
Oh wait, you say it was called The Beastmaster?
The Beastmaster.
Right, that makes sense.
It's an
then.
adaptation of a book called The Beastmaster, and that book has nothing to do with the fucking film, because that book is a sci-fi film, and this is a sword and sorcery.
Nice.
The book is entirely sci-fi about a person who's got cybernetics who can like communicate with animals. They go to different planets and do shit. I brought this up to my dad and he got very angry because he was like, I remember when that film came out and I hated it because I really liked the book. And I was like, oh, well, sorry I brought it up. I'll put it back.
Bring up that film again, you're welcome.
Oh no, I would never speak of this again.
I'm sorry, I'll talk to other people about it.
But I can imagine Rhys and that man goes, no, but do you remember that game you made me play when I was younger? This is payback, actually. Merry Christmas. This is your film.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't make me play it. He just gave me a whole bunch of games and was like, you can play these now. And I was like, ooh, what do I want to play? Sonic 2 or the one that's got a winged angel on the front? Like, ooh, I wonder what this one's about. Ooh, oh no.
Flash forward after that incident, after the bear.
Yes.
He's now the grown man, the main guy, and I really don't know what he does still, because there's nothing taught. He's just in a village with these people.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a job.
No,
He's just there.
He just goes for a
He's the
stroll.
animal
And
whisperer.
this has got to be a Wizard of Oz reference. He's called a white dog, Toto.
Ah.
So he just goes off and he starts digging up stuff. It doesn't really specify. I guess he's just farming. And then while he's out of the village, this army comes along, led by Max. And he just slaughters everyone. And I didn't expect it to be so brutal.
Oh,
I really,
fucked up.
yeah, it's like it's very explicit. I thought it'd be like a really cheesy kid fantasy adventure, but I was like, nope, no.
Some of the effects in this film are really good, by the way.
Yeah.
Some of them are really bad.
I'm just going to bullet point now, because the thing is, it doesn't feel like a story. It feels like just stuff just happening.
Yeah.
This is the thing I kind
That
of
sounds familiar.
loved about it, then kind of hated about it. The fact there was I couldn't care about this character. Like, yeah, his village got slaughtered, but the thing is, he didn't have, what was it?
Mojo.
Any charisma.
No. Like, you think he'll be like, learning the ways of the new world, like going to the new world, learning about the brutality of it. But then it's like he kind of just adapts to it, and then he acts like a dick. Like, because
It's literally just like, everyone's like, the world is a dangerous place. And he's like, bet. And joins in. It's like,
I'll just telepath my thoughts to just Tiger right here. Because I think
it's as if Conan the Barbarian hadn't gone through all of his hardship. And just suddenly one day someone attacked the village and he was like, I guess this is my life now. And joins in with that level of barbarism.
Don't mind if I do.
Sure.
Well, fortunately, it's my life.
I didn't want a boring life. I'm fucking fighting, mate.
Because Toto, which I thought would be in a lot longer, he dies straight away. And he is the most badass.
Oh, no.
He's
Does the dog die.com.
I know. I was like, you bastards.
Wait, don't look it up yet. He might get resurrected later.
I've seen the film.
Spoilers. He was a badass character. The fact, like, what was it? He actually dragged Dar out. Like, he dragged him quite far away by the scenes of it. When he had an arrow stuck in his side. And I was like, oh, mate, Toto. I thought he was a badass. And then...
Wow, my God. Sorry, the description on Does the Dog Die is so flippant and uncaring. Dar's dog is very predictably killed at the beginning. It's just like, Jesus. I usually blubber up over animal deaths, but I didn't even tear up. Sad, yes, but you see it coming and it's not overdone. It's like, Jesus.
I mean, they're not wrong. I
That
mean, it is
dog
like...
had it coming.
Was he gambling his life away, Sam?
That's right.
I've got a spear. No, spear.
Oh,
no, spear. I'll give up.
Before you continue proper, do you want to just sort of like summarise what happens like vaguely in the rest of the movie and go over some of the highlights up to it?
You want me to try and summarise
This
film?
fucking film, yeah.
Okay, right.
Good
So
luck.
Things happen.
let's see from my notes and from memory, which I've clearly blocked out from this film. I'll bullet point it then. So,
Yeah.
Dar, unborn, is about to be murdered, then saved, then
Yeah.
grows up, develops telepathic powers with animals, then goes to kill Max, comes across a slave woman where he acts like a teenager, where he gets a tiger to scare her so he can get laid, and she fucks off. And then, that's it. He makes friends with two ferrets. And he calls them, he's very great at naming animals. They sound exactly the same. I'll come back to that in a minute. So, crappily names two ferrets. Then he saves a black tiger from being tortured.
Kodo and Podo.
Odo and Podo, yes. Fantastic namer. And then, what does he do? Oh my god, it's so...
Where is this set, by the way?
I have no
There's a lot
idea.
of tigers and shit.
It's
going
just
on.
out in the wilderness, really. Well,
Okay.
I think this is the next scene, which makes no sense to me. He comes across a cave where, I'm not joking, he comes across monsters that have kids in cages, but they look like penises. Like, by my language.
The
like,
kids or the monsters?
The monsters.
Okay.
But they do this weird thing where they have like wings, and then the kid gets loose, runs into one of them, they kind of smother him, then turn him into goo.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
that's it, because it's
Why did the kid run into them? What the fuck's the problem?
because he escaped from the cage, which for unknown reasons he was in there, and then they just appear.
Are they blocking the exit or something?
They just
Oh.
appeared.
Yeah,
There's like,
pretty
like
much.
where you
Oh,
going?
okay.
He's
And
trying to
then-
escape and they're just like, nope.
Gotcha.
It's like,
Right,
nope,
okay, so you can just
smother
run
time.
into them like a dumbass.
God, that effect is one of the only good effects of the film, and it's fucking disturbing as fuck.
Mm.
It's. I would say it's disturbing until the ending, but we get to that bit. Then, because this bird, it's like the crow. Like this crow follows Dar, and it lands.
It's an eagle.
It's an eagle. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It shows how much I was paying attention in this film. I really want this to be over straight away. There's a statue in that cave with the penis monsters. It's not explained. The eagle lands on it, and they're like, oh, damn, I'm going to step away from this. And they just let him pass. And then... that was it. For some reason, one of them approaches Dar and then just quickly slides a key down his sword. And Dar's like, okay. Then it's like walks out. It's like, I don't know why I need this key, but okay. I was like, I just don't get why they kill the child and give him a key. It's just, I don't, yeah. And then, oh God, there's so many things that happen. Then I think Dar goes to the village where the slave girl is. So I think he wants to go free her. But then he sees Max, not the sacrificing kid, in a pit of fire. And it's so funny. Oh, I don't know why. I think it's like this farm. I don't know. This bloke. There's people in the crowd. Max goes, "Yeah, that girl there." He's like, "Why?" Just grabs this random girl, and it's like a slide into the. Like you have to go up these stairs, and then there's a slide into fire. So it's yeah. I think that's the bit I enjoyed the most of it. That's quite creative. Fair play. I had a bit of fun into this, but luckily, which I find hilarious and very convenient, the kid had a very good grip going down the little slide. So it's not going to go. What is going to happen? And then the eagle comes along and grabs the kid. Am I remembering that right?
I think so. Literally picks the kid up and
Picks
flies
the
away.
kid, flies away, and then Dar. The thing is, something happens, but then it's nothing interesting at all. And then Dar hides the kid, and then sneaks the kid back to the dad like later on. And then he said, "Yeah, I'll help you," and I forgot what he did. I really can't. It's just there's not a story. This is what I find really frustrating. It's like just something just happens like each scene.
There's plot with no reason.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no character.
Sounds very similar to the Idols.
Yeah.
But then on his journey, I don't know where he's trying to go, to be honest.
I
But
don't
they
think it explains it. I think he's just fucking vibing.
It's like, we need another scene.
He wasn't trying to get Max, because
Well, this is the
he met him a
thing,
minute ago, right?
because Max was in that village, but then it doesn't explain where Max has gone. It's like, well, we need to travel to this place. Like, why? But it don't matter. It's like, well, you saved my kid, I'll help you. It's like, thank you. Then travels out somewhere. Then Max's people try to kill him. Again, really annoying. They had so many chances to kill him, but they didn't. Like, they literally had him, like, there's one guy strangling him, like, up above, with just, weapon. And there's a guy on a horse right in front of him with a sphere, and he's just dancing around him. And Mac's like, yeah, kill him now. It's like, you could have killed him 5 days ago. Like, what are you doing? He's right there. He's getting strangled. Kill him. Then he comes across these 2 people, Seth and this little annoying kid. They go, well, what are you doing? I think he's dead, save the girl, like the slave girl. And then I think she gives him something. And they're like, no, that can't be. That's our cousin. Like, what the fuck is this? What are they doing then? Like, I don't get what these are doing. And they go, yes, we'll help you. It's like, great. Another just conveniently. It's like, yeah. And then they go to this castle. I think where Max is where you find out, Bane from Batman and Robin, like the really steroid, like just gibbering cucumber.
Bane, yes.
Not that intelligent, Bane. The other one is green and just... Yeah. They make monsters like that by putting, again, pardon my thing, it's like Smurf jizz down their ear, and then it affects their brain, and then they put a really crappy helmet on them, and they just turn berserk and just start beating the shit out of everything.
I don't remember that. Oh my God.
Because the reason why they go to this place is because... This is the thing, there's so many things that happen. I think Seth, or like the slave girl's father, is a prisoner in this castle. They're like, well, we need to save him. It's like, right, okay. And then Max is there, and it's just, oh God. I don't know what they were doing.
I knew what they were doing. He's just there.
He's just there, and then they get this old man, they go back to the village where Max was, and then Max takes him prisoner. I might be missing a lot out right now.
I was fine, don't worry, the things that happen.
It's just so much. And then you find there's like a massive fight, and like on the stairs, which I thought was quite entertaining. And then you find out that the old man, or the dad, that was the prisoner who they saved, was actually Dar's dad. Right.
Yes.
And then he gets stabbed.
He's the king, yeah.
He's the king. So, a little bit of sense there. Then he dies.
I believe he completely, rejects Dar as a person, because he's like, you're just some fucking horrible peasant boy. Who gives a shit about you? And then he finds out that Dar's his kid. And he's like, oh, I didn't mean any of that. I swear. And then he gets killed.
I swear, no, because I swear he actually just goes, like, Max knows, like, oh, look, Zed, your child is here. And then kills him. It's like, great.
So he finds out, and he's like, what? And then he dies. No.
Yeah, it's like, that's fantastic. I love when there's more character moments like this where they just introduce it, then...
It's like, here's your son. Stop.
Yeah, it's literally how it goes. He's like, okay. Then there's a really camp fight with Max. I've noticed this. Again, another theme. So Max also dies by going to the flaming pit, which is rather fitting. And one of the witches there. And just like the beginning, they're about to stab it, and then poof, it disappears. The witches just get away scot-free, considering they're child murderers, but okay, fair enough. Yeah. And then...
Allegedly. You never actually see them murder any children. They tried to, so they're attempted child murderers.
If they really wanted to kill the kid, they could have just taken him out and then just, dropped him somewhere.
Yeah, it's like the security guard at the gambling place. I threw your dice out the window for some reason. Oh no, the kid just drifted with the wind. Sorry.
I was an angel.
Yeah, not the other one. And then, after all that is resolved, the army, that butchered his village, come after. So the villagers and Dar and Seth and the annoying little kid and the slave girl, they go, let's sabotage this army when they're coming. I'm surprised they knew they were good, because, again, at the start of the film, nothing in between. It's like, oh yeah, we forgot about these guys. These coming now. It's like, oh, fantastic. Okay. So they do this thing where they put a bridge and they fill it with water, then they put soil over it to make it look like ground. So which I find hilarious, because that must have took a lot of time to prepare. He thought, yeah, we nailed this. No, yeah, it works. The army comes, they fall into the water. They're like, yeah. Then the soldiers go, well, I've got a crossbow. So just start shooting people. It's like, oh, 5 people dead already. It's like, no, that was very effective. Okay.
I mean, on the plus side, it shows that they're actually fighting a competent enemy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, hang on, we got bows.
People start firing fiery arrows, and whether they're used for the sabotage, it just sets a flame. And then the leader comes along. Oh mate, the fight between Dar and that muscular leader, it felt like WWE. There's just no tension there. They're just waiting for each other. He kept doing kicks around the face, and yep, That's of all the things that Dar has gone through, this has always led to do. Again, it's a theme. I don't know how he even does it. I think he wounds the leader and just throws him to the fire. So yep, the villain goes to the fire. Great. And then then they still got the rest of the soldiers. They're still, competent and still fighting. They're like, oh, fuck, what we gotta do? Like, Dar's injured, we might die. The eagle comes along. It's like, don't worry, I've got friends. It's the penis monsters. They just come along. They just smother them to death. And then he just wins. But then there's a moment that makes me laugh. I think as they're backing away, I think they go back into like the village and they got the gate going up. Dar looks at the penis monsters and the penis monsters just nod and he's like, yeah. And then they just back away. Oh, it's brilliant. That was it, because I think the kid gets shot with an arrow during the fight, and I was so happy when, oh, maybe this could be the time he could die, but no, he's still alive. So it turns out, because Dar's meant to be the next in line to be the king in that village, but with exposition, like less exposition, Dar goes, no. Like, yeah, Seth's like, the kid will live, like, but it's good that you'll be our king. And Dar's like, he's the king. It's like, why? It's like, I want to go. And then he just leaves with his animals, and he's like, okay. Nice. It's then he gets the girl, and that's pretty much the story. It's so much fun, Sam. You should really watch it.
Max is still around, though.
No, he died.
Did Max die?
He died in the fire. He
was a muscle guy.
He went down the fire slide. But honestly, Sam, oh god, how I said it is pretty much how the film kind of goes. It's just quick. There's no character moments. There's just, I want a little exposition, but it just feels like it's just.
Well, you should have read the manual. That's where all the exposition is.
I should have read the book beforehand. It's like that's what they relied on. If you know the story, you don't need. We won't give all that.
We just chopped out half the plot points.
Pretty much. It's like they just said, we have locations, we want to use it. It's like, okay.
Honestly, it's about as comprehensive as the plot actually is. It's like there's like fucking nothing there.
Because there's one effect. Because I will say, I think the creature designs are really interesting. They're just there as a device.
The film underutilizes a lot of its assets.
Yeah. I'm guessing in the book it makes sense.
I don't think they are in the book.
This is getting worse, Rhys. So the fact that it's making up these creatures and not even in the book, and they're still useless.
I don't think so. I think the book has nothing to do with the film. It's just got the same name.
But it's just there's so many scenes. It's like Dar. I just don't like it. I don't know what kind of character he was trying to be, to be honest. I couldn't tell if he's like the one who's like, oh, like I want revenge for my people. Then he acts like a horny teenager who sees the slave girl. Then he acts like a badass. And then I don't know. It's just like I can't tell. I couldn't root for him. But then there's a scene. I don't know why it really frustrated me because they made a really big deal of it. So while the scene in that castle, that torture place with the gimp just running around chasing people, they locked themselves in a room while they got Zed, his dad, which he doesn't realise. There's like a room which has like 2 air vents going up, or they can go in this hole that goes underground. But someone has to lift this lever, which let's just boulder off this hole. Okay, so someone has to stay behind. Dar's like, I'll stay behind because my 2 favourite friends are getting this key, which is useless in the first place. And they're like, oh no, it's like, just fuck off, just let me do this. And then they all go down because they're like, well, if this closes, we can't get back. So no, it's fine. So they go down, they escape. He puts the boulder back over the hole. The 2 ferrets make it through, and then he turns around and a girl's there. I'm like, how? How did she went down though? Didn't she? She went in the hole, which is covered by a massive boulder, which had to be lifted up by someone, but it wasn't. So how did she? Then I was like, this film. So she just appeared back. She just so happened to get back up. So don't worry, I'm here. That bit really annoyed me.
Oh, there's a lot of bits in that film that really annoyed me.
But can I say, you say about effects, there's one effect that keeps coming to mind, and I absolutely laughed every time they used it. It's when it was an exposition from night time to the next day. I swear they used it a few times, I might be wrong, but it's like a massive image of the moon, and then you got the eagle, but it's flying, right? But it's not moving anywhere. It's just in the same spot in front of the moon. I was like, I don't know what they're trying to do. But they're like, well, it's daytime now. I was like, what? Honestly, it's so funny. I don't know why. But it's, again, it had interesting ideas. It's just the fact the characters were just so one-dimensional. Or two, I guess, because Dar was all over the place. The characters weren't interesting. The story was just so quick. So, for 2 hours as well, it's so quick.
Breakneck speed.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite character?
Do I have a favourite? I was only 2 ferrets.
I will be honest with you, that is the consensus from the reviews.
I mean, at least they're consistent. Like, they're kind of cute. They do more than Dar does, to be honest. But
Is this just like weird medieval fantasy sci-fi Dr. Dolittle?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, pretty much. But it's fun in a bad way, if that makes any sense. You know, it's one of those, I think if you just want to have a good laugh, just watch this. You don't have to think about anything. You know, like when you watch a film, like, you don't want to be spoon-fed information. In this circumstance, I really did. I went, just tell me what the hell is going on. I don't know what...
I don't want to be spoon-fed it, but I want some information on my plate, please.
Yeah. Honestly, it was so quick. I knew it was just something with the opening, with Rip Torn going through... What was his hair, by the way? Like, he has 2 ponytails. And he's so... It's like, it literally was like a pantomime. Like, he was so over the top.
About the tiger, the black tiger. That is definitely a black tiger.
Black tiger.
So, in short, they basically didn't get a black tiger. They got just an other tiger that was very trained, and they just dyed it black. And there's a scene that you can see where the tiger is over the edge of like a pond or a pool or something, and it's getting water. You can see that the dye is coming off of its face into the water.
I did not know this. Would it have made a difference anyway? Like, if they just used a tiger? Because you're getting ferrets. The tiger's not going to be out of place, is it?
It's a symbolism, man.
Yeah, I think in the book, the tiger's a bit more important or something.
It's a jaguar in the book.
Rhys, if you're trying to insinuate they're trying to be faithful to the book, I'm going to be really infuriated right now. Like, because by far we've established they did not even go by that at all.
They got the important bit, right?
Like,
the dyed tiger.
The
and
legendary, the penis people.
Yeah.
Really
the Black Panther was actually played by a tiger, which they dyed black, since tigers are easier to handle.
It was supposed
for
to be a
filming.
panther.
it was a panther. Yeah.
During production, the tiger wasn't allowed to be on set at the same time as children or other animals, since it might harm them.
Yeah, that's not shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they took that safety precaution. Yeah.
Shame they didn't take that precaution with the penis monster in the show.
I know, but that's allowed around kids. Yeah, see where their standards were.
Maybe that's why they learned it for the tiger.
Wait, what?
Maybe that's where they got the idea from, for the tiger safety.
So I remember something sad about it.
Which
is one of the tigers. What they would do is, in order to dye the tiger black, they would use anaesthetic on it.
Tiger each time.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh no.
And one of the tigers died during it.
That's a shitty way to die.
I hate this film.
I died so that I could be dyed.
I died so that I could be dyed to be in this fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
So Tiger died twice? Okay, that's really...
It says, this appears to be the true story rather than the more common rumour that the tiger died after due to complications from the dye. I think there were some animal regulation things of it couldn't be a dye that would actually harm the tiger. So I think the dye wouldn't harm the tiger. It would just wash off. Because we saw it washing off in the fucking thing. It would just wash off. I think it was an anaesthetic problem of overdosing, which is quite sad.
Oh, that was one scene I completely forgot about. It reminded me a bit of Clash of the Titans with the 80s one, not
right.
Because
not the Liam Neeson one.
Was that 80s?
The Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've watched it recently. So
I thought it was earlier as well. I thought it was
the only thing I know about that is that one scene
I thought
where
it was 70s.
the Zeus or something gets like bigger by approaching the camera.
The effects of Clash of the Titans, fuck it, some bits. But there's a scene of Dar's dad, like, because I forgot to mention he's blind, so they blinded him. But while they're escaping, again, it's like an interesting scene, but it reminded me a bit like Clash of Titans with like the Medusa scene where he has to use the shield and all that. But like the witch does this weird thing. She starts going on the ceiling, and then like, blind dad just has a sword, and then he just has like a sixth sense, just stabs on the sea. I'm like, oh, that just came out of the blue, but it's an interesting idea. It's just the fact there's no build up to it, really.
Oh, great. Thanks,
like,
guys.
And yet he can't defend himself from a man with ponytails. I was like, fantastic. Yeah. Okay.
So stupid.
But there's a scene, again, where they're going into the castle. There's like a hallway, and they got these like weird creatures. You don't see them, but they got like knives or like swords for hands or something. They're just, each side is like clawing at them as to try and get along with. That's a really cool idea. But he just pulls a lever, it just shuts them out. I'm like, it's going by the structure of a story as he goes, it enters the new world, then comes across obstacles. It's like he goes, here's the obstacles, but they serve no actual purpose. Like, okay.
Yeah. It's like someone had the hero's journey described to them from memory, and then they wrote it down wrong. Like
how I'm doing it right now. It's like, I'm trying to explain it. And they go, yep, we'll just do all that. It's like, that's not going to be good. It's like, nope, we'll do it. Get a sequel somehow and a TV show.
The sequels were bad. They were real bad.
Oh, and that's another, this annoying thing, right? Yeah. So when he's sitting with Seth and the kid, he goes into this like meditation state, and then he starts looking through the eyes of the eagle. He's locating the slave girl, and then he sees them like with, they call it like the four priests or something, and like he describes their clothing, and Seth, because Seth doesn't believe him at first, but he's like, oh, they're wearing this. He's like, my God, he's telling the truth. Like, oh, that was easy to convince you, sure. And he goes, oh, they're on a cliff somewhere, and I think they're about to be murdered. Then Seth goes, well, that's in this area, so prepare yourself for a very tough journey. The next scene, they're literally there. I'm like, oh God. So where was the trouble then? How did you get there? What happened? You just teleport there, and then they just free them straight. I'm like, I don't get what the point of that expedition. I don't get why he said, oh, this gotta be trouble. It's like, it was no trouble at all. You were just there.
I'm wondering if they shortened down something and there was going to be some troubles to get there. But I doubt it.
The director's cut.
Yeah, it was that much trouble they had to cut it from the film. It's like, no, just get him there. It's just why. It's a fact, like I say, I wanted exposition or just something, but when they give exposition, it's the most pointless shit ever. It's like, it's got to be a tough journey. It's the most easiest thing they could have done this whole film. Oh, that was it. There's nothing actually to do with the story or anything. It's just when he was a close-up during his meditative state, I went, he looks like a... I think it's when he's talking that he just goes zone. It's like drugged out of his mind. Kevin Bacon. That's all I kept. I was like, for the rest of the film, it's like Kevin Bacon but on drugs. And then just
fucking weird.
I was like, I think if it was Kevin Bacon, I think Kevin Bacon brings some charm to it. He just looked like Kevin Bacon knockoff, really. And that's what kept going through my mind. It's just like Kevin Bacon, but drugged off his head.
Kevin Bacon.
I think that's probably why I didn't pay attention, because I just kept going, is this Kevin Bacon or is this not? Is this fucking with me right now?
Jesus.
Yeah. I think
I don't think that's the only reason.
It's a little funny thing. I love what he does with the ferrets. Is the fact he does this thing every time he gets them to do something, or he like talks to them. He pick them both up for some reason, and then you say something to them, or after they've done something, they just shove them back in the bag. I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's just something he felt. I get why he does it, but I'm like, they can easily catch up with you. Like, you're not really doing anything. I was like, give a bit of space. Like,
the ferrets are great, though. Do you know what's funniest about the ferrets?
Oh, no, but I just realised one of them dies.
Oh, yeah, one of them does die. The male one dies.
Yeah, because they had babies at the end.
Yeah, they got babies at the end.
Which makes me question how far after the events that was, because that's very quick birth.
I mean...
Ferrets gestate within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I'll Google it. How long do ferrets get pregnant for?
42 days.
42 days.
That's not bad.
So that's about a month and a couple of weeks. That's genuinely not actually that long. So it could have been only like a month, 2 months later.
Where was the exposition I needed? It made no sense. How could the baby be born so quickly? Oh, that was okay. It's when he first meets the girl. There's so many weird moments. Because there's two slave girls when they're introduced. This is like, again, the more I think about this, you see the more I get frustrated. If they're slave girls, they're out in the middle of nowhere with no guards or masters around. Why can't they just run away? There's no one around. They're not even near the town.
I think in a lot of cases it's a lot more logistical in terms of.
Also,
I can
where
escape,
would you fucking go?
and then I run like 600 miles towards a potentially safe place.
And it might not even be safe at all.
True.
Who knows what's going on?
See, both things logical.
Yeah.
But we are talking about a film that makes no fucking sense.
I mean, yeah.
So,
I'm not going to apply
Do
that.
they have like
to it.
brands, marketable slaves or anything?
I think they got their norks out, to be honest.
Maybe that's the market. Hang on.
That's the marker.
Let me Google this real quick.
But I swear they
You
don't
stumble across like a couple canoodling in the woods. Not out. Back to slavery again. I'm the queen.
They're out in the open. There's nothing like they're not chained or anything. It's like we're going for a swim. Then Dar, like I said, he's like as soon as he sees those, like naked lady, which I do get it. But is it really necessary? I don't know. But then this is what I found funny. It's like the fact he uses powers to manipulate the animals. Like the panther, the black tiger.
Does he get the animals to steal their underwear as well, like the ferrets?
Yeah, so the ferrets steal their clothes, like he does with his stuff.
Ferrets of culture.
Filthy animals. And then, as the slave girl, which I still don't know her name, which is bad, she's like, "Oh no, my clothes!" And then the panther roars at her. And then
Kiri, I believe, is her name. Sorry, Kiri, because that's the one played by Tanya Roberts, who I believe is the
Tanya. I was trying to call her Tanya because I don't.
That's
but
right. Yep.
Dar jumps in. He's like, away with you!" And then I think the panther's like, which I found funny. He's like, "I don't know what to do." Dar's like, "Go away." He's like, "Okay, fair enough." I like that. But then it's what he says. He goes, "You owe me your life," and then literally forces himself on her. I was like, this is just a bit too weird. I was like, I can't tell if he's just a boy, he's just messing around, or he could be potential.
Thank you, Superman. You'll be alive.
Force himself on her.
Jesus, that'd be the worst outcome, wouldn't it?
Oh, well, to favor Superman, you got nothing.
I'm the hero they need, but not the one they deserve.
I am hope.
Very much not.
I am the knight, and I'll be taking you all night. Jesus Christ.
To be fair, I love the scene. I actually mentioned it, yeah, after the whole village massacre, and he just his costume comes out of nowhere though. I swear he had like normalish clothes before, like village clothes. And he's like, "I'm gonna be half naked now." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, he just wears a loincloth for the rest of the film. Yeah,
it's like,
a loincloth, so he doesn't wear the bandolier this time now.
It's like this is the style, and I'm doing it for my people. And then
does he actually have a strap around his top?
I think
no, his sword's on his.
He doesn't have a top though. He's just bare chest though, isn't he? Like I said, transition quickly to him cosplaying as Conan the Barbarian.
Yep.
I say cosplaying because he doesn't look. I don't know. His whole style is weird. Again, because this film is just like a blur to me now. I swear, when he sets off into like the new world, like he finds the sword, and then he's just on top of the mountain, like as they do in these films, top of a cliff, just swaying the sword, and then the shout. he actually just at one point, but think before that, he just stands there and just shouts. It's like, yep, it's what you gotta do, apparently. In his films, you just gotta find a nice top of a cliff with a sword, shout, and just move your sword. It's like,
they're just trying to go for his relatability for that. Like, let's be honest, if you find a sword and you're at the top of a cliff, you'll fucking shout and swing on that motherfucker. To
be fair, that's a good point. I would be.
I have got a sword, even if it's only that. And look at my fucking sword.
I'm half naked with leather. It's like, look at my sword.
Look at my sword and loincloth.
I'm shouting uncontrollably when there's no one around.
Gaze upon my belly.
Fear me, everyone. I've got my eagle.
I'll use my ferrets as grenades.
The holy hand grenade.
It's just as effective. You just have to do that. Because it'd be like those German grenades. Because ferrets love to be like moved about a lot. They just love being like effectively manhandled. So what you do is you just, because obviously in World War II the German grenades, you had the top bit, you twist it around to activate it, you throw it. You just get the ferret, you just sort of like spin them a little bit, not enough to kill them. You just spin it a little bit, and then you just throw them, and then they're just like going. As you throw them, just launching
rapid.
Just get them, Kodo.
The names. Because the fact he
Imagine, like the tail spinning like
it's a blindfold. It's just like crawling around the head, clawing at him. Oh yeah, the tiger's called Ruh, by the way. R-U-H, Ruh. Get them Ruh.
I like their one-syllable names.
Kodo, Podo, Ruh, and there was the eagle had a
Thank
shit
you.
name.
I was just about to say,
Dar.
he is the most crappiest pet owner. Like, what are these names? Seriously. You got Dar, they got Max, they got Zed. I was like, I don't know what they'll go for. But yeah, it's an interesting fantasy adventure. It's definitely kind of somehow ticks off the cliches, but doing it in a completely weird way.
Yeah.
I mean, would you recommend this film to anybody?
It depends in which context, to be honest. If
Would
I
you
hate
recommend
You
it
hate
to
them.
Sam?
Yes.
yeah, I want him to suffer like I've suffered during this film.
I was going to say, do you want to go back to that? If I hate them, then
Yeah,
yes,
it's
comment.
Again, it means in much context. Like, if I like the person, no.
If I like the person, then no, they don't have to suffer for this.
Wounded. I have a firearm.
Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to look at anything else because it's just bullet points.
Look at the weirdest and wackiest bullet point, say that, and we'll just move on without any context. Give us that.
Okay, no, it's not wacky, but I thought the Panther's name was Ruth.
It's rough. Even more useless than that.
Look, let's see if I put anything else.
One more, and we'll move on. Just give us an out of context statement from you about this film.
I think I might have actually already said it. Yeah, I mentioned that it took him like 5 working days just to kill Darwin. That he was literally getting strangled.
5 working days.
I'm not joking. Like, it was just if you watch.
I just love that. It's the concept of just right. I would like you to go and do this. Yeah, we'll get it done for you. You got to take about 5 working days, and we'll get that sorted for you, mate.
It's like great because I've seen this prophecy. I need it done straight away. Yeah, 5 days.
Yeah, about 5 working days, maybe about 7. It depends how what time we get round to it, mate.
It's
Got a
literally
lot of jobs that we need to take up. Stuff takes time. We got to locate the person, don't we? And then it's got like, yeah, we got to locate the person, Reg, don't we?
Yeah,
and we got to go find him. We got to make sure we got the right weapons. We got to attack him in a decent location. Oh yeah, we got to ambush him. Make sure that it's in the right spot for you. Yeah, it's all sort of regulations that we got to follow in order to be able to do this thing.
It's like Max filling out paperwork. So yeah, if you just want to sign this to show that we've done the terms and conditions and that you know that we'd say, oh, fuck. But it's this. I'm not. If you watch
you missed that bullet point. You need to make sure that you read that one very clearly. Sorry, it's the company policy. You got to read our terms and condition about payment or failure to render any sort of services.
Don't need a lawyer to
Just
check it over. It's just all legit, you know.
Don't bring your lawyer. Don't bring your lawyer. And one of the witches into the room. No witches either. No witches.
Don't need to bring their eyes and
no witches.
No. It's all legit. You know, trust me. I'm a good guy.
It's on board. I'm a good guy here at Murderers for Hire. We're a good merc. We're a merc guild. We're nothing if not subtle. Oh, Reg thought it was that we're not subtle, but we do nothing. Shut up!
Shut up! That's not our slogan.
Yeah, we let them know the company slogan, not our slogan. Come on, man.
No, I'm not joking. If you watch that scene though, they have like rings but have eyes on it. It's like all-seeing eye kind of thing.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, it's just like they just have rings of an eyeball. Like we can see now. It's like sweet. Why don't you just you could actually just use them? You know, like what they do to tame animals. You got the stick with the rope around it. So guy's got the upper hand, so he's up above Dar, off guard, then
I
strangling
thought you were going to say like a lion tamer with a chair, but just holding it
with a chair.
The cliff wall, like a stool, just a stool against the wall. And he's like, I can't get out. I'm the Beastmaster. This is my weakness.
Your weakness is a chair. But is literally strangling him. Is literally Obi-Wan. The guy's at the higher ground, and a guy trots around on the horse. He's got a spear, and he's right in front of Dar, and Dar's more concerned about the thing around his neck, and the bloke's saying like, any minute now, I might just any minute. And Max is like,
what you don't realise is what they're doing is they're just like, all right, we got him. Come on, let's nail him. No, wait a minute, Darren. What is it, Reg? We need to make sure we got the right guy, so we got to get the confirmation from the heads up. Can't do any of that. The amount of paperwork they have to file if it's not the right guy. Oh yeah, you goddamn right, Darren. I don't want to have to deal with any of that nonsense. Come on, we'll just wait until we get the go ahead, then we can get this action actually started. All the regulations and rules we've got to follow. We just want to make sure that it's the right guy, otherwise we've got to get a wrongful death certificate for this lad.
Do you know what I really hate? That I would actually love it if they did that, because that would actually it'd be stupid, it'd be so ridiculous, but at least there's a reason why they're taking so long to kill him. So no, let's just verify this is the man we're looking for. Love the fact that Max in that sense was just looking through the eyes like, now. There's like, no, you can't rush the process. We have to really make sure this is the like, no, now, okay. He's got a kill me. But yeah,
we're looking him up and down. We're just going to make sure he's got all the right scars and all the right places. You specifically said that he's got a certain hair colour, and this hair colour, I don't think is the right shade. Let me just pull out my little shade chart. No, I don't think. Maybe I got the shade of the hair wrong. Is that so much as? Oh, in that case, sir, we're going to file a bit of paperwork in order to make sure that you know what shade he actually has. I'm afraid, sir.
What shade do you think he has?
It's like, well, just kill him now. Kill him. What is your shade of hair?
I don't know.
Escapes and kills them both. It just ends with, Darren, I think we fucked up a bit. I think we did too much.
If they're in the sequels, I would happily watch it. Because it
could be because the sequels has something to do with time travel.
Yes.
So the best characters coming back.
As it specifically says, Beastmaster 2, Through the Portal of Time.
Beastmaster 3, The Eye of Braxus sounds wank as well.
Is that the third one? Oh,
yeah, God. The Eye of Braxus. What does that mean? I think we'll finish up that now. Four words.
We have 4 words.
Give me 4 words.
Toto, Ruth. And the 2 fairy names, which I can't remember, but I know their sounds.
Kodo and Podo.
That is way more than 4 words.
That's my 4 words. It doesn't deserve any other words than the shit it's made itself.
Toto, Ruth, Dodo, and Podo.
Should we take that as your final verdict? It doesn't deserve words other than that shit.
Yeah, it's made itself, yes. 100%. It's 2 hours I'm never getting back. Actually, I do have a little point. It's nothing to do with the film, though. Because I was watching this on YouTube, right? So now, with YouTube, it has to just have pop-ups every, the adverts. I didn't appreciate the fact YouTube decided to interrupt the film to advertise.
Is it a dog sitting company?
No.
That'd be so good.
Oh no! So it just went. Here is a medicine, a weight loss medicine that you should use. And I was absolutely furious because I was sitting with a box of cake beside me as I was eating the film. I don't need this now. I don't need that.
Let me have something while I watch this fucking travesty.
You're just sat there like, you've targeted the right person and I hate you for it.
Why do you need to do this to me? I'm just trying to enjoy the film. Why can't I've got an hour to get through. I just want to be comfortable. I didn't appreciate that. I thought that was very hurtful.
Very targeted, really.
Very targeted. I feel discriminated against. I was just trying to enjoy a really cheesy 80s film and I got called fat. Did not wrong, but to be fair, it was a big box of cakes. I'm not going to lie. It was a few slices.
Okay, so I think we'll go on to the reviews. I'm going to do the Gynoug, as Sam I think was calling it, or Gynoug as I've been calling it for years. Gynoug is one of the most enjoyable old shmups you can encounter on the market today on any system. Its simplicity, in contrast with more technical shmups, such as cave or treasure titles, is a plus in my book. Gynoug is perfect when you just want to fire away and conquer stage after stage while appreciating its nightmarish landscapes. That is the overall review from Claudio Meira. Got an extract for one by a lad called Phil. There was no surname, he was just called Phil.
Alright, Phil.
As the Mega Drive was the go-to console for edgy youth, Gynoug underlined its not-for-kiddies aura. The graphics are some of the most detailed, yet disgusting, grotesque, and questionable to have appeared on the system. Yep, Gynoug is all about ugly ass. Enemies begging to be blasted, brains hopping around on what's left of a spinal column, ghoulies who jump out of coffins, and biomechanical bosses with pulsating bits.
Very interesting way to end that last bit, yeah.
Yep. This one's by A.J. Masajewski. Gynoug, as you play as a handsome angel named War, who's on a quest to rid the heavens of a relentless evil invader known as the Destroyer.
No, he's named Gynoug.
Gynoug has you play as a handsome angel named Gynoug, who's on a quest to rid the heavens of a relentless evil invader known as the Destroyer. But none of that really matters, because you just shoot things while things shoot at you. You know the drill.
Yeah.
So that was a quite well-timed correction. Forgot that was the next line. Oh yes, some of these reviews have been from more modern looks at the game, as they did a remastery bumper pack with a couple of other games a couple of years ago, so it was a bit tricky to find classic reviews, but I went in some old magazines and I've got some screenshots of some old magazine reviews. This isn't one of them, just thought I'd let you know, because I think this one's a bit more of a recent one, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's by Robert Allen. What isn't expected is this game's beguiling blend of art styles. Backdrops and playfield borders evoke the steampunk vibe of the Bitmap brothers at the Chaos Engines, also known as the Soldiers of Fortune. Subordinate enemies draw from all kinds of games, with everything everything from innocuous 8-bit era seagulls to cascades of severed arms. And with bosses like the H.R. Geiger-esque human locomotive hybrid and a biomechanical corpse of pulsating growths and a swinging spine, there's some fantastic viscera on display. Perhaps the topper is the penultimate boss, who sports what seems to be a giant alien boner. Sure, it can seem like a sprite-based freak show, but the feeling of not knowing what kind of sprite Gynoug will toss at you next is thrilling. Same for Masia Games' Chowaniki. When was the last time a STG dumbfounded you with its enemy selection? The downside to this approach is the development couldn't keep the creativity flowing for too long. The game's last stage is a by-the-numbers boss rush. Another disappointment is the game's final showdown, which feels like a war of appreciation against an excessively defensive foe.
Appreciation. Attrition.
Appreciation. Or appreciation?
I guess he meant attrition.
Yeah, probably. In case you guys don't know, I'll be very brief. Chowaniki is a very memed after game because it's a shoot 'em up, which is like photographed assets, edited heavily, and it is a fucking ugly game. It's in a kind of genre in Japan. The genre itself, I may have talked about this before on the podcast.
Yeah, I think you have.
It's from a game style called Kusoge, which literally translates to shit game.
Right.
It's literally games that are effectively shit posters games. And I believe Gynoug is made by the same person who made that. So it's a very apt correlation. I might be wrong, but I believe that is the case.
I haven't played any games, but I think that is definitely a possibility. Especially how the manual is. Yeah.
To be fair, that's from the translated American version. So
no
if we look at the Japanese one, it'll probably be just as bad. But who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
I've got some classic reviews here. This one's from Sega Power, October 1991 edition.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Gynoug, in brackets, the import cost is £35. So this is an English magazine.
£35 back then?
Yes.
That's like 10 grand in today's money.
I just want you to bear that in mind before I move on to the following review.
Yeah.
The review for this is 5 stars, gorgeously detailed horizontal scroller with a range of weapons and mysterious enemies to conquer. Unrelenting difficulty is off-putting, recommended to Blast fans. Now, just bear that in mind. That game cost £35 when it came out. At the corner of my eye, I saw another review on the same page, and I had to include this. And it's very funny that you mentioned it earlier, Sam, brought it back up, that it reminded you of its time of the fairy tale adventure.
Right.
As at the corner of my eye, what better way to finish off the first episode of the Soft Season 2 by mentioning the first episode's review, which has, for $39.99, the Fairy Tale Adventure. Just think about what this description says about the state of this game. Jolly RPG whose computer game ancestry is a bit too obvious. Puny characters, weedy combat, and generally dated gameplay. This is a review of the game that had just come out.
It was 4 years old by that point.
Yes, but
It just came out on the Genesis at that point.
yeah, like it dated though in '91 on the Genesis.
Yeah.
That's not great, is it?
Yeah.
And they paid over 30 quid for that game.
Yeah, big adventure, but not worth the effort. 3 stars. They were like,
Oh, there you go.
it's only achieved. I've got another one from Sega Pro. This one is from April 1992. This one, it says Wings of War. They gave it an 88 out of 100. Fast, fun, and very playable. The best bit about Wings of War is undoubtedly the Guardians at the end of each flying stretch. Big, detailed, and very disgusting. Through caverns, you'll race in the vain attempt to squash the evil on the planet Icus. Excellent. When I sent this review to Rosie, Rosie didn't know that this was the Gynoug review because I hadn't explained that and was just wondered why I'd sent them a random review called Wings of War. Which really didn't help by there isn't an image for it. It's just a black screen that just says camera shy, and I was like, what? So here's the name of a Reddit thread that I found and some comments from it. Gynoug on the Sega Mega Drive. Underrated gem that I recently played. But let me ask you, why does that boss, or at least part of him, look like a giant dong? How did this pass quality control for a game made for kids in the 90s? Still, lovely game. The parallax in it is second to none.
Still a lovely game.
Here's some of the excellent comments from it. I have a comment from Lulu Wolfbeard, which says, Sega does what Nintendo dong.
Ding dong.
Yes.
Ding dong.
I've got Jack the Killer 90, who says, Sega Genesis, lots games, scary experiences, so creepers, bosses or enemies, lol. And finally, from Paul Lee 420, great title, thanks for sharing. I'm fighting the same cock now.
The same cock.
They put, for some
I
reason,
love the emphasis on that.
it's because they put a comma after the word cock. So I was like, there's a pause after
Nice.
that. Okay.
Oh, that's so dramatic. I love it.
Well, now I'm just imagining them like they've like got the controller, they've jammed the trigger down so it's constantly firing. And they're doing that with one hand while they're like typing out this. Find him right this moment.
It's very second. I've got the Beastmaster ones next.
I bet they're going to be more detailed what I've said. I just bet.
4 stars from Jacob O'Neill. I really don't know if this film is any good. I've lost objectivity, having grown up watching it repeatedly. I may only love it for the same reason someone loves a certain song. You hear it so much in the radio, you start to hum or sing along. Next thing you know, you think you like it. It is hard to be objective. Look at it this way. The film had only 2 writers and people like it. The second one had 5 writers and it sucked.
That's a very interesting way of putting
Right?
it. Yeah.
What are we supposed to get from that?
This is one of my favourite reviews that we found. This is a review from Constant Stowers, 2 stars. My husband, stepson, nephew and dog have all banned against me and voted to watch this on family night. The lead character is a dude with better legs than Tina Turner, and so far that is the highlight. I'm worried that my husband might be trying to tell me something, because this dude's ass is on fire, and honestly, I can't see any other reason anyone might want to lose 2 hours of their life for the 1982 version of this god-awful trash. Send help. 2 stars for the fact that all the guys are in short shorts.
So she thinks her husband is gay and her dog is rebelling against her to watch the film.
Yeah.
I think she needs help.
We've got another one here.
Right, the fact to even compare it with Tina Turner. That's insane.
Got a review from Jason Bosgo. 5 stars. Watched it when I was a kid. Great movie. E.T. to The Thing and many more. 1982 was a good year for movies.
You got The Thing, I think, was it, as well?
Yeah, they mentioned one really good film in there, and they also mentioned E.T. So, you know.
E.T. go home.
No, wait, that's not the review, is it? That's not... Is that the review?
It ends with good year for movies.
He gave it a 5-star and named other films, and that was it. Like, that was a good year.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm not going to go on my E.T. rant. I don't like E.T. Simply put, it coming out when it came out fucked over The Thing and Blade Runner at the box office. And I just think it's a bland, uninteresting film that doesn't actually have as much interesting things as people say.
See, if E.T. pulled out a gun, it would have been way more interesting.
Yes. But he wouldn't have been able to call it gun, he would have to call it a firearm, because he can't use the letter G.
E.T. got firepower.
E.T. firearm. E.T.'s packing.
Heat. E.T. packing heat. Yep. Next, we got a review by Amanda Keith Dashimini. I don't know how to say that. 1 star. Clearly showing off USA. Not unbiased. Doesn't give enough credit to the other players. That's the review.
What?
That's it.
My God.
Okay.
She might be onto something.
Now, here's the final review from Google Reviews. As you know, the cesspool of Google Reviews. Now, Peter Parker becomes Captain America, Tahu saves Kiri, and faces against M. Bison. But who wants to reach the past over the video game? 5 stars. By Anakin Skywalker, in brackets Darth Vader.
I'm lost.
I think they would too.
So confused. What are they talking about? They just... That's got to be a troll, hasn't it? They just put some random on Google.
I don't know. I've got next one. I've gone from IMDb reviews. Laura J, 2. 5 out of 10. The best part about this movie is that plot-wise, it is absolutely for 12-year-old boys. Yet there is a stunningly built man prancing around in a tiny loincloth the entire time. As a woman, I have no problem with that at all. But I wonder exactly who this was originally marketed for. Because quite frankly, the movie is terrible. The only thing that it has going for it is that man's beautiful body. Perhaps the 12-year-old boys' mothers were attending with them. Another thing I truly enjoyed is that to summon the eagle, he has to let out this totally unannounced shriek. Yet he calls the ferrets and the L'Oreal blackened tiger entirely through telepathy. All in all, I think that is an entirely worthwhile giant piece of crap. So bad it's good.
That's a good point.
God.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why does it not make noises for the other animals, but you have to squeak like for the eagle?
It's because there might be a telepathy range, and he's just got to shout so the eagle can even fucking go, oh, I'm needed, I'm wanted.
I think Eagle's just too proud.
No. It's what the reviewer said. America.
Yes, it was all blamed on America.
That's why the tiger, which is Bengal, they're not appreciated enough. The panther, which is also the tiger, that's Peru. Not appreciated enough. The ferret, which is clearly Botswana.
Botswana!
Not appreciated enough. The other ferret, which is also Botswana.
Well, fucking just...
A little bit of appreciation. And the bear is Russia, and they love that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, Chris Bedford's review. Chris Bedford. The storyline is fairly formulaic, at least in the beginning, and predictable. But it does have a strong hero, some heavy-duty hand-to-hand combat, magic, and semi-naked women. So there's that. Plus, of course, adventure. Watch it if you have nothing better to do. By which I mean no homework, paint to watch drying, or trolls debate on Twitter. Break it up into 20-minute episodes. I found it more watchable that way.
But I guess, yeah, to be fair, if you treat it as like a Monster of the Week thing, each of these disjointed scenarios would
I mean, it's a good point.
be like a little episode.
Yeah, it's like every minute something happens.
Hey, the penis monsters from earlier in the season have come back. I forgot that they were eating children by this point. It's been long enough.
To be fair, I started calling the foreskin monsters because they just look.
Yeah.
They look. It's the fact that you had the wing thing as well. I was like, that just looks a bit too.
This is 2 weeks in a row now that we've mentioned foreskin.
Is it?
Weeks? Is it?
What episodes? Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the final IMDb review from Bat 5. There's no rating on this one, but it's from 1999. Really silly, but I never missed it on Channel 5. The Beastmaster is one of those movies that you'll watch when you're bored and there's nothing else on. It's got silly lines, a host of B actors, and a really outlandish plot. But all that adds up to a fun couple of hours. Witches, some wizardry, or those strange bat-like creatures that drain the juices out of you and leave the bones to make the Beastmaster silly fun just seems to grow on you with time. I'll be honest, I thought that was just going to be a quick line there, so I rushed through it. That's on me. Letterboxd reviews. The first one's from Damn It, 2 stars. Everyone talks like the smartest caveman. It was funny when he used animals to pick up those stinky forest women.
Is that it?
That's it. This one's by Shoops. There is barely a moment of this that isn't awesome. From sexy mutant witches, to BDSM zombie soldiers, to child sacrifice, to friendly tigers, to skinny dipping slave girls, to glowing green brain slugs, to a perpetually oiled up hero, to a ferret biting a guy's dick off. 5 stars.
Oh yeah.
I want to point out he's not rated at 5 stars. He's just put 5 stars in the description. He doesn't want that stain on his thing, does he?
Well, yeah, I forgot a ferret bite the guy in his private parts. Yeah.
Here's a 5-star one by Leah Slaggle, more like Freakmaster. This one's by Is a Mad Madam. I fell asleep, so I can't really even say I saw it.
What was that rating?
It's got to be the best review. The fact they didn't even watch it. You know, I'm going to review it.
There's also the fact that they're like, I can't really even say I saw it. No, I can't say. It's like, oh, really? This one's by Wayward_Prior. This one's got 2 likes, 2 stars. I didn't know the ferrets were a couple. I thought they were brothers or something. Biggest surprise of the movie. And the final review that I've got for you. It's 3 stars by an account just called Matthew. Very simple, very straight to the point. Yeah. Local man using exotic pets to pick up women turns out to be a serial killer. This is the D&D Elon wants. So, Sam, onto the ratings. The design. We'll go backwards for this one. Design. What do you think?
Design. Te Serac Elitz Tra 4.
Well, 4 I got. I don't know what the rest was.
Do you want me to go?
Yes, please.
Not backwards this time.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So it's 4. The art style carries it.
Oh, gameplay?
Okay, 2.
Yeah.
Fun for a couple of hours, but overly simplistic and punitive. Difficulty.
For story, should I just put in a 0 now and get it over with?
You got a 0 allowed?
If you want.
Yeah, okay, let's go 0 then. Let's go 1. I'm going to reserve 0 for if it's like a actually awful story that like harms a detriment.
That's fair. That's a 7 out of 15 on Gynoug.
Yeah.
Now, the Beastmaster. Let's do character first. We'll start with the strong points. And I use that term very loosely. Because the ferrets count.
Okay. If the ferrets count, I'll say a 2.
1 for each ferret, is it? Oh, would that have to be a 1 because one of them's not there at the end of the movie?
Oh, you just have to really jab that in.
Wait, there's a new one though,
but
right?
then it's kids, so technically he has 2. Yeah.
Oh, so you're going 5 for character?
No, do 2 more.
The babies are all worth 0.2 each if there's 5 of them.
No. They all count as 2. The group of them, not.
I see, right.
Don't you dare try just
design?
Oh, I'm definitely giving that a 1.
Because if you
I say no for the monsters. I give them a 2 because they're interesting, but they're crap.
Interesting but crap.
Yeah.
And story.
I'm giving it a 0. I just need to.
No.
It's just so no.
Do you know what is funny about that?
What?
Zardoz of all fucking things got a 1 in story.
Well, at least I kind of knew what that was going for. But this one was like, we just need to move to place to place to place to place and back to the place we were. It's like slow.
It's still got the same score as it, if that helps.
Yeah, it does help actually. Yeah, fuck it, they're both awful.
There's no ferrets and Zardos.
Wait, is Cobra still...
That's what they're
Is
doing.
that lower than Cobra then, now?
No, I don't think it is. Cobra had 0 for character, 1 for design, and 1 for story. I had a 2 out of 15. You hated Cobra with a burning passion. At least this one you were like, I don't get what's going on. Cobra was just like, I understood what's going on, and it was shit.
I understood it, and I hated it.
No.
So we got a 7 and a 4. Yes. So, now we come to the question. Very important question. What connects the two of them? What have I got written down in front of me that there is a connection between the two?
Penis monster.
Yeah, I bet that's what it is, isn't it?
Isn't, actually. I'd either forgotten or just hadn't realised that is what it looks like.
Alright.
Oh, well.
Lack of story, maybe.
No, it's not that either.
Okay.
Muscly man.
Is it?
You're not far off. It's a little bit more specific than that.
A half-naked muscle man.
But where in particular are they?
Well, the muscles.
No, not just the muscles, the men. What is the important part of that? Yes.
In the sky.
It is. I'm holding
On
up.
the cover.
On the cover. Semi-naked muscular men on the cover.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's the connection for you.
You're
You're welcome. I tried to think of a weird connection for you.
I hate you more and more. I hate you. You made me watch 2 hours of this film, and Sam to go through all this suffer because I had this part. I hate you. It's such a... I don't know what's worse. There's 3 now that I really hate you for. There's one with Cobra and Snake. What they got in common? Oh, the both do is Snake. And then you got fucking Space Jam and the golf game. What they got in common? They got golf in it. I don't know what's worse anymore. I really don't.
It's just low hanging
If
fruit.
it helps, there's a sub connection.
There's a sub. Oh, this is a new one. This is for like.
No, there isn't. There's
On
not.
this
There's
one.
not.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
Space
If there's a
Jam
sub,
was like
I would have
Elvis.
actually forgiven you. If it was a penis monsters, I would have actually forgiven you. This is too much torture.
You can talk to animals. Harm the animals.
You can talk to penis monsters somehow.
Yes.
You can commune with them.
Oh, you don't talk to them in Gynoug. You just kill them.
Yeah, you just stop.
No, you command the elements.
Oh.
Yes.
Not the animals, just the elements.
The elements.
You see, you can command animals in it, but they're all mutated, so it doesn't count.
So technically, you are doing them a favour. Wait, because
Yeah,
isn't
commanded them to die.
the game set on planet Earth? Is the fact?
No, it's Icus.
Yeah, it's on
Icarus.
Earth, and you're playing as Gynoug, and you have a vendetta against the normal animals that are nearby and all the strange.
I'm
penis
surprised
monsters.
Noah wasn't like your antagonist. To be honest.
Yeah, he is. I just didn't get to that far.
Yeah.
He's on that boat with the fucking human
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
Sorry, Sam. You'll be playing on the opposite side soon with Super 3D Noah's Ark.
Oh shit, son!
Wait, they released that?
That's why you play as Noah the Shotgun, right?
Genuinely, yeah, it's a Doom clone
nice.
where you play as Noah. It's one of those terrible fucking Bible games that you're like,
Nah.
why did they make this?
Is there only 2 of each animal?
Oh no, there's way too many. It's probably one of
What
the
the
games
fuck?
about
Nah.
you culling the ones that got on board that there's too many of.
Just killing the animals. I'm doing
I
God's
think
work.
so. Let God sort them out. And God's like, no, Noah, what are you doing? Stop it.
Sorry, God, I can't hear. There's too much ringing.
And God just turns around to like his 2 head angels, and his head angels
What, war?
just sort of go like, God's like, can you please sort this out? I don't want to have to go down. And one angel turns to him and goes like, oh, Angel Reg, can we deal with the paperwork quickly?
For
Oh,
fuck's
sorry, Angel
sake.
Darren.
Sorry,
Oh,
Darren,
this
I
is
got a firearm.
it's way too much to have to sort out. He's got
Yeah.
a slingshot down there. That's the equivalent of a firearm, isn't it? So we can't really just sort of deal with that easily.
I haven't even invented firearms yet.
We've got to
Dan.
think of the logistics, and he technically did do what you told him to. Because look at the amount of bears that are on that thing. There's so many lions and things. He's doing you a favour, God. I'm telling you.
There's
now.
lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Yeah. That's probably all for this episode, I think.
That's all, folks.
So, thanks for watching. Say bye, guys.
Bye,
Farewell.
guys.
Shut your fucking mouth, Sam.
That
That was a very aggressive. My God. That was more aggressive than I intended. I apologise.
For anyone still listening, Simon's crying now and he's quit the show.
Yeah. I apologise.
Everybody hurts.
He's got his firearm.
Thanks for watching the Janky-B-Cast. You can find Foley at his YouTube channel, Dopey Mr. Foley, and Sam at his house, the planet Icus.